The 2014 season begins with hope for the Vulcans as they look to improve upon a fourth-place finish in the PSAC West in 2013. With a small senior class and experienced youth replacing departed players, optimism will look to drown out the unknown of the coming months as the Vulcans begin with the Virginia State Trojans in the first-ever matchup between the two squads. It's the Trojans and the Vulcans from Adamson Stadium next on CUTV. D2 football is finally here as we're on the campus of California University of Pennsylvania at Adamson Stadium as the California Vulcans are ready to take on the Virginia State Trojans in a non-conference matchup between the CIAA Conference and the PSAC. Hello, I'm Zach Prosba. Joining me is Cody Jeanette. And Cody, today puts a matchup between two teams that had much different seasons last year. Virginia State had a lot of success. California looking to rebound.
Yeah, California last season had a 7-4 record overall, 4-3 in the conference, so right around the 500 mark, if you want to call it that. But they did not make a postseason berth, so they're definitely looking to change their story around. And as for Virginia State, they went 9-1, one of their most successful seasons in over 20 years. And it's been they've really changed things around, the team as a whole, offense and defense, so they're going to be some tough competition for the Vulcans today.
Yeah, Coach Latrell Scott leading 9-1 in their first season. However, they did not qualify for the NCAA D2 playoffs due to self-imposed sanctions from NCAA violations. Now we will get to some players to watch for both of these teams. We'll start with California. Both returners. There's a lot of holes to fill in the team this year because they lost a lot of starters. Start with the offense.
Yeah, we're going to start with the offense and James Harris. Last season, he was averaging about 117 yards a game, and I believe he had 11 starts. And total overall, just shy of 1,300 total yards. So James Harris, a really big offensive contributor for the Vulcans. And on the other side of the ball, for the defense, you're going to look at someone who may not have necessarily gotten a whole lot of time last season. That would be Jordan Bowman. He had only about 3 starts, I believe, but last season, on the last week of the season against Millersville, he had an 80-yard fumble recovery for a touchdown, and that week he was named PSAC West Defensive Player of the Week. So this season, he's going to be a big contributor, replacing Dewey McDonald now that he's out of the lineup. So Bowman looking to step it up too.
Yeah, it's always good to see some youth get some work done at the end of the season and hope that transitions to this year. For Virginia State, they lost a lot of players as well. Their starting running back, quarterback are all gone. We'll start with the offense. They have a newcomer coming into the position that had a little bit of work last season.
And that newcomer is Terrian Ayers. He's a quarterback who had 269 yards in only 3 starts, but he's also the leading return rusher, so he's been having multiple roles for the Virginia State offense. And then on the other side of the ball, too, you're looking at another name you might not have heard of too often. That's Brandon Robinson. He's a linebacker. And in his season last year, he totaled 56 total tackles, 4 of them for a loss. California's offensive line's really going to have to look out for him if they want to get their running backs out of the backfield, or if there's a quarterback sneak or quick screen pass or anything. He's going to be a big threat coming through.
This will be a very heavy defensive matchup. We'll see how it all unfolds in the first ever meeting between the Trojans and the Vulcans. And kickoff is next on CUTV.
Don't miss a second of the exciting 2014 California University Vulcans football season. Whether home or away, CUTV is your home for Vulcans football. Watch every step of the way as Coach Keller and the Vulcans strive for a PSAC title and NCAA playoff berth. Your home for Vulcan football, CUTV.
Since 1937, the Student Association Incorporated, known as SAI, has served the CalU student body by providing activities, programs, and services. Every enrolled student has the ability to take part in over 125 different clubs and organizations. Managing participation in every SAI activity is easy with OrgSync, a powerful tool for staying connected. Located 1 mile from campus, the SAI Farm has 94 acres of meeting and recreational space. SAI, it's your student association.
Tune in to Vulcan Football 2014 for the inside scoop on this year's Vulcan football team. Featuring highlights, scores, analysis, and a preview of the upcoming opponent, Vulcan Football 2014 gets you inside the huddle. Vulcan Football 2014, only on your home for Vulcan Football, CUTV.
For almost 30 years, CUTV has been the campus and community home for local news, sports, and entertainment. Broadcast in 100,000 homes in southwestern Pennsylvania, CUTV provides complete coverage of Vulcan sports as well as high school football coverage. Broadcast weekly live, CUTV News Center provides coverage of local and campus events, weekend weather, sports highlights, and feature stories. For more information on CUTV, check us out on the web, friend us on Facebook, or follow us on Twitter.
And we welcome you back to Adamson Stadium as kickoff is about to approach us. We have about 4.5 minutes until game time. Cody, we're going to go ahead and look at the tail of the tape from the 2013 stats for the Trojans and the Vulcans. Go ahead and compare these two teams.
Well, taking a look at it, it's somewhat even in a lot of categories, one may argue, but look at that turnover differential. Plus 11 in favor of Virginia State. California with a -4. That's going to be a game changer if that trend continues, because you can get more yards in offense than your opposition, but if you turn the ball over, you're not going to go anywhere. So that's one thing Virginia State has going for them, along with the time of possession by a few minutes, but still relatively even in all of the other categories.
Yeah, California, the much more passing aggressive team than Virginia State, but Virginia State, they lost their top rusher and their quarterback from last year. Virginia State, they only threw 5 interceptions last year as well, so that helped in the turnover margin, like you said. We're going to go ahead and look at the series history between these two teams. We mentioned before, it's the very first meeting between Virginia State and California, but we're going to have up to the last time that California played a CIAA team.
Yeah, that was against Winston-Salem in the playoffs back in 2011 on November 26th. California fell short 35-28 against Winston-Salem, which was their last CIAA opponent. But a little interesting fact here, Zach. This is since 1916, almost 100 years ago, the 99th different opponent that California has faced. So they're really close to that 100 milestone here, with Virginia State being the 99th.
And we see the captains at midfield getting ready to decide who will receive the ball first. We have Cody Nuzzo, Jack Abercrombie, Jeff Knox, as well as number 26. That is Branko Busick. So they will be the 4 captains for California today. The captains for Virginia State, you have Brandon Robinson. You have number 11, Dion Futch. You also have, and I missed the number right there, Cody, but you have one other captain out there as well. I believe that is 25, and that is 25. That is going to be, let's see, Andre Rawls. He is the will linebacker. He's a senior for the Virginia State defense. So 2 defensive captains out there. And so we're about to see the Vulcans run out of the helmet. Virginia State already running out onto the field. It's an exciting atmosphere, Cody. We were talking about it today. Our shirts, if you did not notice in the open, they're red and green for Christmas. It's like Christmas Day. It's good to be opening the season for the Vulcans, for the Trojans as well, all of D2. Get ready back to the competitive atmosphere. The PSAC is going to be a really good conference this year, in my opinion.
Yeah, and it may seem like a holiday for a lot of people, including these players. Look, they're ready to go. They're ready to bust out of the helmet. Here they come, the 2014 California Vulcans. It's week 1 home opener. Nothing better than Saturday afternoon, Division II college football. We said the same thing last week when we were starting our high school coverage. There's not another day like it. A home opener for any sport, let alone football.
Yeah, we will go ahead and look at our weather report in just a second for the home opener for California. It's very, muggy out today, a lot of humidity. And I'm from the south. I know what humidity feels like, and it is really bad right now. Cody, go ahead and look at the weather for us.
Well, we're looking at 78 degrees with winds kind of getting gusty at times, but it feels like that those two numbers on that temperature should be switched around with that humidity. It feels like 87 instead of 78, but we're seeing some cloud coverage all over the place. There's definitely some rain in the forecast, so be on the lookout for that, and if it does rain, it could come down really hard. So I'm sure both of these teams are aware of that, and they're ready to go with that in mind. It's anything can happen in terms of Mother Nature.
Yeah, I like a quote Skip Carey and Pete Van Wieren used to say for the Braves, if it's 78 degrees, but it feels like 87, isn't it really 87? But we're about to get ready for kickoff. Cody Nuzzo, or actually no, Virginia State will be kicking off. Back to receive for California will be number 28, Terrell Roberson, as well. We'll try and find the other number for you in just a second. It's hard to read the numbers on these uniforms. They're very nice black uniforms, Cody, but the numbering on it is just a little bit difficult to read. We'll get the return man to you as soon as possible.
Here they go, getting ready in their formations. 2014 season just moments away.
And it looks like the other returner is number 81, Ron Tyler. He is a wide receiver for California. Number 39, Matthew Hillquist will get ready to kick it off. And the referee blows his whistle. Virginia State spreads out. Hillquist running up to the ball. And the 2014 season is underway. Roberson takes a bounce. He will field the kick at about the 6-yard line. Brings it out past the 20, to the 25, breaks some tackles, keeps going. Still going, taken down about the 38, but there's a flag on the field, Cody, so we'll have to see what this is for. Usually on the kickoff, it's a block in the back or a holding, but from the angle that it was thrown at, I'm not quite sure what this is going to be.
Yeah, it was thrown really close to where the tackle was, so it could have been an illegal block in the back with where all the action was.
We're going to get the flag now. It's going to be a personal foul face mask against Virginia State, so that's going to help California's field position early on. You have 14-52, as we'll go ahead and look at the starters, Cody.
Well, your starting quarterback, our player to watch, James Harris and Nick Grissom in the backfield. Those are the two guys you're going to want to keep an eye on because Harris last season came in. One might argue he not necessarily was a secondary player. He got 11 starts last year, averaging 117 yards a game. He's going to be really pushing it hard against this defense. And on the offensive line, California's offensive line, without them, the quarterback's job cannot be completed. You know, they got to be stacked up right on the line and ready to go.
Harris in the shotgun, hands it off to Roberson. Roberson breaks the tackle. He's over to the 45. He's still running, taken down at the 35-yard line, and there's another flag. This one from the defensive backfield, so we might see another call against Virginia State based on where this is thrown. But Roberson, a good run. The clock will stop at 14:44.
Let him play.
And if it is against Virginia State, that's 2 quick penalties.
We're about to get clarification on the penalty. If this holds, it's going to be holding against California, so that will not stand up. It will be first, and we'll see what the down yardage is, if it's a spot foul or not. It looks like it's going to be. It's going to be 1st and 12 from the 49-yard line on Virginia State's side.
And for your starters for Virginia State's defense, you have Daryl Simmons, Ray Proyce, among others. Defensive backs, Darian Thomas, Bryce Bradley, among others. That defense completely stacked up, ready to stop California if they need to.
Harris gets the snap, throws it over the middle. It is complete. Broken tackle. That's Des Green on the reception. He is running to the 30, to the 20. Taken down about the 12-yard line. First reception of the season goes to Des Green, the tight end from Clairton High School. Harris finds his open man. 14:22 left. Clock stops.
And this defense really got full. Their attention was completely on the other side of the field because that's where Harris was looking. But then he goes right back up the middle, and Green cutting back to the near side. That's really what was key to getting those yards because you see all those defensive players turning around. That's a big extra second to give them an advantage there and run out of bounds.
And it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line. Harris under center. Motions McCauley. Hands it off to Derek Fiore. Fiore trying to go outside. Goes right back up the middle. He will gain no yards on the play. It will be 2nd and 10 from the 13-yard line, just under 14 minutes left.
Well, the defense was ready for him there. It looked like there might have been a couple missed blocks over on the far side because there were a few unattended Virginia State defenders that were ready to bring Fiore down. There was no hole for him to go through.
And we've not seen Nick Grissom, the other running back for California, just yet. Fiore still out there. A sidecar to the right of Harris. 3 receivers, twins to the left. Harris calling out, trying to find the Mike linebacker in the defense. Gets a snap. Throws a quick pass. That is batted down at the line of scrimmage. Looks like he was going for Fiore, trying to go the outside flat route, but it's going to be 3rd and 10.
Yeah, on that deflection again, Virginia State really doing a good job early on here on their defensive line with their blocking and putting pressure on James Harris early on. You can see a couple defenders there, including Ronald Lewis there, ready to come in for the sack, so he had to get rid of it quickly, probably earlier than he wanted to, and that's what led to the deflection.
Harris in the shotgun, sidecar to his right. 3 receivers to his left. Gets a snap, throws the ball. It is complete to Kawan Scott, who goes down at the 9-yard line. It will not be good enough for a new set of downs. It's going to be 4th and 5, it looks like. So we're going to see Cody Nuzzo come off for his first field goal attempt of the year.
California's first scoring attempt of the season, and I'm sure Cody Nuzzo is thanking Harris for this last-minute play here, getting him some more yardage to make his job just a little bit easier. You see that when they're in field goal range, they'll usually run it up the gut or go for a quick pass to get some extra yards.
This field goal from Nuzzo is going to be 26 yards, his first attempt of the year. Wind blowing slightly to the right. The kick is up, and it is good. So California gets on the board first. They make it 3-0 over Virginia State on their first drive. When we come back, you have 12:41 left in the first quarter. We'll have more action from Adamson Stadium on CUTV.
Since 1937, the Student Association Incorporated, known as SAI, has served the Cal U student body by providing activities, programs, and services. Every enrolled student has the ability to take part in over 125 different clubs and organizations. Managing participation in every SAI activity is easy with OrgSync, a powerful tool for staying connected. Located 1 mile from campus, the SAI Farm has 94 acres of meeting and recreational space. SAI, it's your student association.
CUTV, California University Television.
And we are back at Adamson Stadium. California getting 3 points in their first drive of the 2014 season. Makes it 3-0 California. And it looks like there's going to be a lightning delay, I believe, Cody, because all the players are rushing off the field right now. So we're going to keep it right here for a few seconds. We'll get clarification on what to do. But this is the first time I've seen a lightning delay in this one. It must have been off. Oh, actually, I did just see a lightning bolt over to the left side of Adamson Stadium. So it looks like they're going to pause the game for that just right now. So the score stands 3-0. And we'll be back after the lightning delay. We'll be back with more first quarter action on CUTV.
Stand right there.
Didn't get out to the high school football game this past Friday? Don't worry, because CUTV Sports has you covered. Never miss a second of this season's upcoming high school action, as CUTV's Game of the Week takes you to the stadium and gives you the best seat in the house. Now in its 29th season of bringing you all of the best local games, CUTV Sports is your local leader in high school football coverage. The Multimedia Access Center is an open lab where California University students can work on an assignment, attend a workshop, print a document for class, or take advantage of a variety of services such as large format printing, web development, and graphic design. Located in the renovated Natali Student Center across from the student bookstore, the Mac Lab is also your home for OrgSync support and services. For hours of operation or for more information, stop by the Mac Lab, visit our website, like us on Facebook, or follow us on Twitter.
Say preset 1 for Cal U's best music. More music in the car. More music in the dorm. More music everywhere. This is 91.9 WCAL Power 92. The home of the Vulcan Nation. Playing Cal U's best music. 91.9 WCAL. WCAL Power 92.
Stay connected with CUTV. Subscribe to us on YouTube for new videos. Follow us on Twitter for status updates. Like us on Facebook for updates, videos, and more. CUTV social media. Get connected, stay connected.
And we welcome you back to Adamson Stadium here on CUTV. Sorry for the lightning delay, folks, but everything is good right now. Looks like the gray clouds have started to move on. Just on the edge of the storm system, it looked like. We are back at Adamson Stadium. It is 3-0 California with 12:41 left in the first quarter. California will be kicking off to Virginia State. And Cody, right now we're going to go ahead and look at the starters for Virginia State's offense and Cal's defense. We'll start with California.
Yeah, California, their front seven on defense, they haven't gotten onto the field yet. We only saw one possession, so they it's going to be a challenge for them coming out of the locker room after the lightning delay. They could be a little cold, so they'll take some extra time to warm up, I'm sure. But a notable switch is Jeffrey Knox Jr., one of the you may have known him as a running back last year. Put on the extra shoulder pads and went to defense, and he's a big linebacker presence now. And as for the defensive backs, you have Aaron Terry, Arnell Farmer, Jordan Bowman, our player to watch from our open, and Rodney Gillen. Those are the guys that are going to be behind the line, ready to take on whatever Virginia State throws their way.
And Aaron Terry led the team with 4 interceptions last year. We'll look at Virginia State starters now.
Terry and Ayers, the quarterback. He's our player to watch, we mentioned in the open. Kavon Bellamy, Willie Stubblefield, all these guys. Again, just like California's defense, Virginia State's offense is going to have the same problem. They're going to be cold coming out of the locker room, and for their O-line, protecting Ayers, Jameel Haley, Ray Rios, and among others that we may see during today's game. It's going to be a challenge because this is unique. We haven't seen this all too often, a lightning delay.
Yeah, we cannot find the stat what the last lightning delay was, but Cody, the last few times UNIVI have announced, it's rained. Slippery Rock, Edinburgh last year, and now. So maybe we're the kind of a bad luck charm for weather as it goes in Western Pennsylvania, but we're ready for kickoff now. The ball is about to be set in just a few moments. Cody Nuzzo will be kicking off. The return men for Virginia State will be Earl Hughes, number 20, and Dion Futch, number 11. Virginia State will have the ball for the first time in their control when the ball is kicked off. And Cody, right now, we're just waiting for the ball to be set. The Vulcans' first drive, though, was quite impressive. Harris came out passing. They had a couple runs. Terrell Roberson had a nice run. Fiore didn't gain any yards, but he was able to break it to the outside, just not enough blocking. And he almost had a pass come his way, but it was deflected down the line of scrimmage. But California's moving the ball very well so far. We'll see if their defense can stand up against Virginia State.
Yeah, last drive it was a good mix. We saw some runs, we saw some passes, we saw some penalties very early on from the kickoff, one by each team. But then after that, they seem to kind of discipline things a little bit. We haven't seen any flags other than those first two, so they were getting all the rusty stuff out of the way. And early on, which is the best time to do it. You don't want to do it at the end of the game whenever time could be crucial for you. So California now and Virginia State looked like they were ready to go, but now we're seeing them make their way to their respective sidelines again.
And I think this is just a timeout precaution right now. They're not going to the locker room, so no lightning delay again, it looks like. But it has started to rain a little bit harder, so that might have something to do with it. Players are not evacuating the field as of yet, though. We have noticed the band is still there. They are out of their uniforms now as we'll look at Coach Mike Keller. This is his 3rd season as Cal U head coach. He was 15-7 in his first 2 years, 8-7 wins respectively. And while he was at Concord, he went 14-8 there, led Concord to some pretty good records himself. His third season trying to lead California back to the PSAC West title and the D2 playoffs for the first time in quite a few years.
Yeah, Mike Keller's probably making sure that his team stays loose. You know, whenever weather's like this, the temperature can change really quickly. You can see the precipitation can make the field wet, make your equipment wet, but staying loose is key here, especially in an athletic sport like football. You don't want to get cold, don't want to tense up, which is what the lightning delay could have done. But now they're starting to make their way back onto the field again, so the referee will be setting it down at the 35-yard line. Nuzzo looks like he's ready to go, just like everybody else is.
And I would expect to see a lot of running plays from now on. With the rain, the ball's going to be slippery, trying to throw it. There's a little bit of wind blowing to the right. The flags on the field goal post, excuse me, trying to get that word out. I was trying to say goal post and field post at the same time, but we could see a little bit of rain spotted in our front window pane right now. We're about ready to go. Cody Nuzzo ready for kickoff. And it is up. It will go to Futch at about the 7-yard line where he fields it. He goes to the outside at the 30, 35. He will step out of bounds around the 40-yard line, so a good return right there for Dion Futch. Field position for Virginia State going to be very good when they start to get the ball.
Both special team squads here early on in this game. California on their first kick return had a very nice return of about 30 or 35 yards, and now we're seeing the same exact thing for Virginia State here. You're going to watch Futch is going to see that the middle is all clogged up, and instead of going down like most people would, he's going to break to the outside, see that other area, all that wide open real estate, and take advantage of it. And that's what gave Virginia State good field position.
Ayers in the shotgun. Sidecar to his right and twins to the right as well. Pass is completed to number 80. Breaks the tackle and he's taken down at the 48-yard line. And they're calling for a fumble. Does not look like it's going to be on the field. It was Javon Smallwood.
Yeah, Smallwood there doing a very good job keeping that pass in his hands. The rain is really starting to come down now. It's getting pretty heavy, but you're going to see he was wide open on the near side. Only one defender, that was Jeffrey Knox, trying to bring him down, and he did. Had to get some assistance from another defender, but still able to bring him down.
2nd and 1, 12 minutes remaining. Handoff to Bellamy. He goes right up the middle, and he is taken down at the 42-yard line. That is Javon Bellamy on the run. It's a new set of downs. Clock will stop at 11:55.
New set of downs for Virginia State. That's their first conversion of the game. We have seen California get multiple on their drive as well. So now the clock is running with 11:42 left.
California in the nickel package right now. 3 corners out there. Ayers get the snap. Hands off to Bellamy up the middle. Again, he is met immediately. About a gain of a 1.5 yards. So they're going to call it 2nd and 8.
And on that play, we saw California's defensive line really do a great job at collapsing the right side of the pocket, where Ayers managed to escape and hand it off to his running back, but there was nowhere for him to go. So good job plugging there, plugging the hole by California's defense.
It's going to be 2nd and 8. Ayers in the shotgun again. Gets a snap. Hands it off to Bellamy, an outside run. Tackled there. That was Jordan Lardani trying to make the tackle. He slipped out of it. And then finally, number 53 for California. That is Jawan Turner, able to make the stop.
And on this play, we almost saw it was almost the exact same play as last time, except he broke a little farther away to the outside this time. You're going to see on your screen, he's a little off screen to the left, but really going that diagonal direction instead of straight forward or straight to the side, you know, getting to the outside at the same time while gaining yards.
It'll be 3rd and 3. See if the Vulcans can stop the Trojans on 3rd down. Get off the field. Ayers back to pass. Throws it over to Bellamy. Bellamy is tripped up, taken out at the 30-yard line, but it'll be good enough for a new set of downs. That was Busick who's able to trip him up. If he was able to keep going, he might have had a lot more pay dirt going his way.
Yeah, the first down marker was at about the 33, and you're going to see him take a dive here past the 30-yard mark, or 30-yard line, excuse me, not 30-yard marker, but just reaching out, making sure that he got that first down, and we're going to see a new set of downs for the Trojans.
10 minutes left in the first quarter. Ayers in the shotgun. 3 receivers to his left. Handoff at the middle to Bellamy. He's taken down for about a gain of 6, though. So it's going to be 2nd and 4. Bellamy just running right through the middle of this California defense. They're going to have to bulk up their pads, get under the offensive line, try and stop him.
Yeah, and I think the shotgun formation fooled California's defense a little bit because you're going to see a few different defenders laid back and getting ready to cover a pass, but the draw up the middle can really throw even a secondary off guard if they're going back to pass instead of initially charging on the play.
And you see Lardani there with the stop, number 42. He's made a few tackles on this drive already. 2nd and 4, 9:20 remaining. Ayers, 2 sidecars, fakes the handoff. He's under some pressure. Throws it. It is complete to Smallwood. He is taken out of bounds at the 5-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal for the Trojans. Good awareness by Ayers to get the pass away as he's under pressure.
Boy, Ayers knew he was coming. California's defense was breathing down his neck, ready for the sack. And then all of a sudden here he manages to find a lucky man that happened to be wide open and gets a bunch of yards after the completion, going out of bounds. It's 1st and goal now. The markers are down. Virginia State threatening.
That was Kenny Wilkins, number 55, on the pressure. Transfer from Michigan University. Handoff up the middle to Bellamy. He is taken down at the 1-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal, a gain of 4 on the play, 8:40. Now, and the clock will keep running. California, they're getting gouged right in the middle of their defense right now. Bellamy able to find a lot of holes up the middle.
Yeah, Bellamy's really doing a good job being patient in the backfield. Too often you see running backs just try to plow through the offensive and defensive lines clashing and not be patient and wait for the hole to open up. But Bellamy being very patient back there and just waiting for it to open up for him.
I'd look for a quarterback sneak here. And we're going to have a flag. We're going to see, looks like it might have been a defensive forced false start. So this might go against California. But we'll get the call in just a second.
Yeah, the clock stops with 8:13 on it. The referee's going over to Virginia State's side. We're going to see the call here.
And it will be against California as they're moving the ball forward. It's offsides against California. So it's going to be 1st, or actually 2nd and goal, excuse me. It's about half a yard to go, 8:13. So now you really might see the quarterback sneak here with Ayers just running right up the middle.
There's one receiver on the left, though, so I guess they have an emergency option over there if he needs it.
Ayers gets a snap, tries to run up the middle. He will. He looks like he is in for the touchdown. So Virginia State gets on the board in their first drive, makes it 6-3 pending the extra point. California's defense not able to contain the run on that drive, and Virginia State took full advantage of it.
Yes, you got to give credit to Bellamy here. He was the big contributor on this drive, but this last play here by Ayers, just barely crossing the plane, going into the end zone for the touchdown. It was a good job by the offensive line to push California's defense back and give them that room.
Hillquist will take the extra point. Looks like it is good. So it's now 7-3 Virginia State. 8:03 left in the first quarter. When we come back, more first quarter action as California will receive the ball when we come back on CUTV.
Watch the best plays. Relive the biggest games. Check out CUTV's most memorable broadcasts as we pull them from the vault, only on CUTV.
And we are back at Adamson Stadium, California, about to receive the kick. It will go to Terrell Roberson at the 6-yard line, about where he fielded the last kick. Finds a hole down the sideline. He's still going. Taken out at the 33-yard line. And there's going to be a late flag on the play. Looks like this might be going against Virginia State. Looks like they might have had a lot of late pressure after Roberson was out of bounds.
Yeah, if I had to take a guess, it would be a late hit out of bounds, which would be a personal foul. But we'll see what the head referee has to say about it.
We'll get the call now. Personal foul. Late hit against the defense for Virginia State. So California, that's 2 straight kickoffs now. Virginia State has had a personal foul penalty on the kickoff. It just helps California set up better field position on their drive.
Now let's take a look at the statistics when California has the ball. A lot of yards through the air. We saw that last year with James Harris averaging 117 yards a game. And they're putting up 28.5 points per game on average. Much more, about the double point differential than Virginia State with 17.4. So California outscoring their opponents is a big advantage.
Harris fakes the handoff to Fiore. Throws it deep down the field. Receiver was there, but just a little bit overthrown. That is number 9, Gary Brown, the sophomore for Columbus. If you remember, he was 81 last year, now number 9.
Looked like Fiore might have had a little too much pressure and had to get rid of the ball quicker than he wanted to, because the ball looked like it was right on its target. There were no defenders around, but Gary Brown just wasn't there yet. He didn't complete his route. So or he might have slipped going up the field, omitting my eyesight, who knows.
Harris under center. McCauley out there as the fullback. Handoff to Fiore up the middle. Able to gain maybe 2 yards, so it's going to bring up 3rd and 8. 7:40 remaining in the first quarter. So we'll have to see what kind of play call California brings out on this 3rd down.
And you're going to take a look at this replay here. The defensive line seeing run all the way, just completely collapsing the pocket and trapping Fiore. He's not going anywhere on that play.
Sidecar to the right of Harris. That is Fiore. 3 receivers, twins to his left. Harris back to pass. Has a receiver, throws it well overhead. Looks like that might have been a miscommunication between the receiver and quarterback. Right there, receiver came on a comeback route. Harris thought he was going all the way down the field, so with 7:11 left in the first, it's going to be 4th and 8.
Yeah, it could have been a post route going towards the sidelines, which is exactly where the ball went. But then, like you said, Zach, the little miscommunication there drew him back, and that leads up to the 4th down.
We're going to see Andrew Surrett punt. He is a D2Football.com preseason All-American. At the punter position, the first team All-American. Surrett waiting for the snap. Senior gets the ball, punts it away, a very good punt. Gonna take a bounce, they're gonna let it go, and it's going to go for a touchback, so Virginia State will come out to the 20. There is a flag on the field, though, in the offensive backfield. This might be holding against the Vulcans.
Yeah, the flag was thrown way back at the 40-yard line here where Surrett was.
It's going to be personal foul. And we're going to see what the call is. It's going to be against Virginia State, though. And it's going to be 1st down, I believe, for California, if I understood that correctly. Another personal foul for Virginia State. That's 3 in the game so far, Cody. So California gets a lucky break. They're going to head back out onto the field.
Yeah, it looks like both teams are somewhat confused right now. We're seeing one of the Virginia State players go over to the official to see what the call was, but I don't know if either squad knows which squad to put on the field.
Yeah, it looks like the California offense is huddling out there ready to go out. But Virginia State, I could see a lot of their offensive players coming out to the field like, hey, are we starting or not? But California's offense going to head out to the field now. Harris going to be back under center. The offense for Virginia State, goes back to the sideline. California will have 1st down with 7:02 remaining in the first at the 37-yard line in Virginia State territory. Harris under center, 2 receivers and a back in the backfield. Harris gets a snap, hands it off. That is right up the middle. That is Nick Grissom. He will get almost a new set of downs, and it's going to be a gain of 10. We'll see if they call it a new set of downs. The clock will stop, so it is a new set. 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line. Nick Grissom, first time I've seen him at least. He only lost a couple yards on a couple plays last year.
Yeah, Nick Grissom really stepping it up this year, replacing Jeffrey Knox's role in the backfield that he had last year.
Another handoff. He has met immediately. He fumbles the ball. It looks like he got it back himself. So Nick Grissom, a very fortunate chance right there, able to get the ball back after it's bobbled out of his hands. So, as we said right there, he only lost a couple yards on a couple different runs last year. Now he loses a couple yards here, 2nd and 12.
And Grissom really close to fumbling the ball there. I thought he did, but he held on to it very well.
We have 6:20 remaining in the first quarter. Harris, 2 sidecars and 2 receivers. Gets the snap, takes the handoff to Fiore. He's under pressure and he will go down. We'll see who will get the sack. That is number 25. That is Andre Rawls, the senior will linebacker. So it's going to be 3rd and quite long for California.
Andre Rawls coming up with the blitz on the near side. You're going to see him charge the line of scrimmage and just bust in from the left side of your screen and take down Harris without any opposition. California's offense was shifting towards the right side, and that left him wide open.
3rd and 22, 5:40 remaining in the first. 2 sidecars, 3 receivers, twins to the right. Lone man, Gary Brown to the left. Harris back to pass. Throws the ball, it is complete. Not enough for the new set of downs though, but that will get California in field goal position. That's number 15, Kawan Scott.
That was some good protection there by the offensive line. Harris had all the time in the world. He was standing near close to where the Cal logo was, and he had a lot of time.
Come on, let's go, offense.
It looks like California is going for it on 4th down. The clock is still running. We have just over 5 minutes remaining, and 5 even now. 4th and 7. California is going for it, Harris, shotgun formation, 3 receivers, twins to the left, and a sidecar to his right, and Fiore. Gets the snap.
Come on.
Throws the ball. It is complete. Not enough for the new set of downs, so he's just a couple yards short. Virginia State will get the ball. A turnover on downs. Very gutsy of California to go for it, but they might have thought this was just a little bit out of Cody Nuzzo's field goal range.
And boy, that was very close to being a 1st down. If he could have broken this tackle here, you're going to see on the replay, he just barely had his legs grabbed as he was pulling him down, but just about a yard short for the 1st down. So a great try by California nonetheless. And now we have, when Virginia State has the ball, they're scoring about 17 points a game. Definitely a lot more yards through the air. Both of these teams are good passing squads.
Ayers under center, gets the handoff to Bellamy up the middle. He has men in the lead. There's a fumble on the field. Looks like Virginia State still has it though. It's going to be 2nd and 13 for Virginia State now. The clock at 4.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Very lucky to get the ball back there. There's no turnovers so far in this game.
Yeah, well, we've had a couple close calls. We've seen a couple fumbles already after the delay happened, and now both squads you're seeing doing a good job keeping that ball control, but on the bad side, it results in a loss of yards for the Trojans.
2nd and 13, 4:05 remaining. Ayers gets a shotgun snap. Under a little bit of pressure, escapes it. He's going to run up the middle. He's going to be taken down by a horde of Vulcan defenders. It'll be 3rd and 9, so a gain of 4 on the play for Ayers, who kept him himself.
Yeah, you couldn't find any options downfield, so what do? Keep it for yourself and see how far you can go, and just hope that your offense can make the 3rd down conversion for you. You're going to see Ayers. He sees no options, so he finds a small hole up the middle, trying to weave his way through, but couldn't really gain much. Got the negative yards out of the way at least.
And it was 99, Anthony McPoyle on the tackle, and something of note, Kenny Wilkins and Jordan Lardani have switched sides of the field now as Harris is under pressure. Gets the pass, it is incomplete, almost intercepted by the Cal defender. That is number 37 for Cal. That is Corey Ford, the senior.
And once again, Ayers under a lot of pressure. Last play he was, and now this play you're seeing it. California's defense getting much more aggressive here. When you take a look at the replay here, Ayers looking for an option. He manages to find one this time, but I'm sure he released it a lot earlier than he would have liked to. And that's been the key to both of these defenses, getting to the quarterback early.
Hillquist is going to be on the punt. It is blocked by California. This is going to be a touchdown for the Vulcans. Now the Vulcans take back the lead. It is currently 9-7 with 3:12 remaining in the first quarter. We'll have to see who that was on the score in just a moment. You see right there, Jordan Bowman, our player to watch. I don't think he was the one that got the ball though, Cody. We'll see in a second in our replay.
Boy, this guy just came out of nowhere. Watch the near side of the field here. Just busting through the hole all out of nowhere and blocking the punt. The Virginia State defenders didn't even see him. And then here on the quick recovery, managing to scoop it up and dive into the end zone for a touchdown while maintaining control of the ball and not dropping it and causing a turnover.
And it looks like the punt was blocked by either number 37, Corey Ford, or 32. We'll see here. It was recovered by Jordan Bowman for the touchdown. That is all the clarification we have. Nuzzo puts up the extra point. It is good. California quickly has the lead back 10-7, 3:12 left. And it looks like there's actually a stoppage on the play, so we're not going to go to commercial just yet. There's a little bit of a stoppage, but we're going to commercial now. When we come back, 3:12 remaining in the first.
Don't miss a second of the exciting 2014 California University Vulcans football season. Whether home or away, CUTV is your home for Vulcans football. Watch every step of the way as Coach Keller and the Vulcans strive for a PSAC title and NCAA playoff berth. Your home for Vulcan football, CUTV.
And we are back to Adamson Stadium. We have clarification on who blocked the punt now. It was number 37, Corey Ford, who almost had the interception on the play prior to that. Jordan Bowman, our player to watch, gets the touchdown. So living up to his name as our player to watch, doing a good job. That's 2 straight games for him now with a defensive touchdown.
And California, the last time they were blocking a punt was last November against Mercyhurst. It was Gary Brown that blocked it, and then funny fact, Trey Johnson picked it up and returned that punt for a touchdown. So now we have seen 2 milestones here for California. The last time a punt was blocked and the last time a blocked punt got returned for a touchdown. Both happened on the same day, and now we're seeing them again happen on the same day.
Nuzzo ready for the kickoff. It is away. Going to be fielded by number 11, Futch, at the 10-yard line. Breaks to the outside. He is met by a swarm of California defenders at about the 28. So Virginia State will begin their drive there, 1st and 10 with 3:05.
Now, a lot of you may not be familiar with Virginia State because this is the first time California is ever facing them, but they were founded in 1882 in Ederick, Virginia. It's about the same size as California is, about 5,300 students. Blue and orange, of course, the colors. You're seeing them wear their whites with the orange helmets. And under the president, Dr. Keith T. Miller, who did a great job running this university. It's been around for nearly 130 years, so a very historic university.
Ayers in the shotgun, sidecar to his right. 3 receivers to his right as well. Bellamy does not get the handoff. Is it a fake screen pass to Futch, but he is met for a gain of about 5 yards. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 5, 2:55 remaining.
Boy, I'll tell you what, Zach, if California's cornerbacks weren't on top of this play, this could have been a disaster because the screen passes too often. You see the receiver wide open and can break down the field after the cornerbacks rush to where the running back is. But that they weren't faked out, and they were able to cover their man and see the pass.
2nd down for Virginia State. Ayers ready to pass the ball. Scrambles out. Throws the ball, incomplete, big hit. Afterwards, we're going to see who that hit was from. Cannot tell just yet. Looks like it might be number 10, Jordan Bowman, our player to watch, establishing his presence.
You're going to see it here. Watch here. Jordan Bowman, man, he really made sure that that pass wasn't caught. The pass was tipped like a pinball in the air a couple of times, and then you're going to see, wham, him just take him right down, making sure that Virginia State really didn't come up with that. And on the attempted reception, that was Andrew Clark.
And we mentioned before, he's replacing Dewey McDonald as the safety in this defense. He kind of had the hit power of one former safety, Rontez Miles, who's now with the New York Jets. 3rd down, Ayers back the pass, throws it over. It is complete, but not enough for the 1st down. Virginia State going to be 3 yards short, so it's going to be 4th and 3, 2:10 remaining in the 1st quarter. Virginia State about to punt. California might be able to try and block this one as well.
Yeah, and Virginia State's definitely going to be aware of that. I'm sure they're going to set up for a specific formation to prevent a punt block versus making sure people get down the field, because they know California is capable of blocking punts now.
It is number 32, Tyrone Taylor, ready to return the punt. Hillquist back at about the 21-yard line to punt it away. Under a little bit of pressure, this one goes. It's a short kick. It's going to take a very fortuitous bounce for Virginia State. All the way to the 22-yard line is where California will start. A minute 32 remaining in the first quarter. And we'll go ahead and look at California's schedule. As you see right now, the opponent Virginia State, a couple big road games coming up.
Yeah, we're going out on the road to face Bloomsburg and Shippensburg, both of those teams in the PSAC East, and then after that, with the exception of Lock Haven, it's going to be all PSAC West opponents, Edinburgh, Seton Hill, Slippery Rock, among others. And that stretch of the schedule is when the story is really going to be written. Right now, the cover page is just being opened. We're etching in with a historic matchup here, first time ever playing Virginia State, and the whole season still has to write itself.
And the PSAC championship this season will be at a Western team as the handoff that goes up the middle. Gain of about 4 yards, so it's going to bring up 2nd and 6. A minute 25 and running in the first quarter. California still going with a little bit of a fast-paced offense.
Yeah, that's what worked for them last time. They were able to run the ball and pass the ball very efficiently with the hurry up.
That is Terrell Roberson in the backfield, Harris under center, McCauley at the fullback. Harris gets the snap, hands it out again to Roberson. Able to break outside. Roberson gets to about the 28-yard line, so it's going to bring up 3rd and 3.
And they will have to commit at least one more play here before the quarter expires. The play clock is at 30 seconds, and the game clock just over that.
And it's actually 3rd and 5. They actually moved the ball back from the spot where they were giving Roberson the first time. So 3rd and 5, Harris in the shotgun. 5 receivers, 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Gets the snap, throws it over the middle, incomplete. Great penetration by the defender. That is number 21 for Virginia State. That is Bryce Bradley, the junior strong safety.
And why that incomplete pass is key now is because it stops the clock, and now California has to punt the ball away on a 4th down. You know, Virginia State is going to get one last hurrah to score the final score of the half. Oh, I beg your pardon. This is still the first quarter. The lightning delay kind of threw me off. My internal clock is a little messed up, but it's still the first quarter on that. We're going to the second soon.
Surratt ready for the punt attempt. Gets the snap. Kicks it away. Almost blocked. It's a high, booming punt. Turner will get it at about the 25. He is met immediately by Cal defenders, taken out at about the 28, so a 3-yard return. We have 14 seconds remaining in the first quarter, and Virginia State will start their drive from decent field position, but California's defense last couple times have been able to stand up and stop the Trojans from moving down the field.
Yeah, California's defense here really going to stand their ground here towards the end of the first quarter. Virginia State has a long way to march now. This is not the best fielding position we've seen them get during this game. We've seen them from the 30-yard line and beyond on kickoff returns and such, so they've got a long ways to go now.
Ayers under center. 2 receivers. Hand off to Belby up at the middle. There's a flag. Looks like it might be offsides. This could be a free play. It's a gain of 12 yards. New set of downs. Clock will stop at 8 seconds. We'll see if this one holds up or if it's coming back. It looks like they're pointing to the defense, so it will be offsides against California, so a free play. They will decline that penalty. It'll be 1st down and 10 from the 40-yard line.
And you're going to see on this replay here, the running back able to find a wide open lane through the middle. Bellamy really taking advantage of it too, still showing some good patience and in the backfield and not rushing anything.
And that's the end of the first quarter. So when we come back at Adamson Stadium, 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. The teams will switch sides of the field. It is currently 10-7. The Vulcans with the lead from Adamson Stadium here on CUTV.
Tune in to Vulcan Football 2014 for the inside scoop on this year's Vulcan football team. Featuring highlights, scores, analysis, and a preview of the upcoming opponent, Vulcan Football 2014 gets you inside the huddle. Vulcan Football 2014, only on your home for Vulcan Football, CUTV.
And we are back for second quarter action on CUTV. Fresh 15 minutes on the clock. Virginia State will have first and 10 from the 40-yard line. California with a 3-point lead. Virginia State still being able to run the ball right up into California's defense. And California's not been able to stop them just yet.
And also something you might not be able to notice at home, Virginia State now going against the wind. It's a slight breeze to the right side of your screen, and now they're traveling to the left.
Ayers fakes the handoff. Goes deep down the field. He has a receiver. It is caught. That's going to be 6 points for Virginia State. A wide open receiver. That is number 80, Javion Smallwood. Then it was 13-10 for the Trojans.
13 pending the extra point. Could easily be 14, but you're going to see Smallwood off screen to the left. He's getting wide open. He was wide open on the sideline. You're going to see it here. He only had one guy to beat, and he was nowhere close. Bowman was the only guy that could have caught him, but he just barely outran him into the end zone to get the touchdown. Good seeing eyes by Ayers to find Smallwood over on the far side.
The extra point is good, so it's now 14-10. Advantage Trojans, 14:51 remaining in the second quarter. When we come back, California will get the ball on CUTV.
CUTV News Center brings you the best in local news, weather, entertainment, and sports.
A new building is being constructed, and it is estimated.
We take a look at our local temperatures for this morning. Right around Du Bois, we have 38 degrees.
Swimmer Diana Nyad and former pro hockey player Sean Avery.
With the PSAC preseason poll.
CUTV News Center, live, Thursdays at 5. CUTV. California University Television.
And we're back for second quarter action, 14:51 remaining. As California about ready to field the kick, it is Roberson and Ron Tyler back for California to receive the kick. Hillquist gets it away. It's a short kick fielded by Tyler this time at about the 16-yard line. Breaks it to the outside. Not able to get past the defender. It takes it out to the 31-yard line. A gain of 15 on the return.
On the return there, it looked like California was setting up their blockers to go up the middle, but good job by the return man to find an open spot on the outside. But now here's a replay of the previous touchdown. Smallwood wide open on the far side. Only one or two guys to beat. Jordan Bowman there down on the bottom of the screen, just coming up just short of pushing him out of bounds before Smallwood reached the end zone. So good pass there by Ayers to Smallwood.
Harris is going to be in shotgun formation. 3 receivers, twins to the right. He's back to pass. He throws it down the field. He has a receiver open. It is caught. Now 20, 10, touchdown, Gary Brown. It is now advantage California again.
And now James Harris is saying, anything you can do, I can do better. He's showing Harris that, hey, you can throw a pass down the field in one play to start your drive to get a touchdown. I can do that too. California snags the lead right back with that pass all the way on, and it was on the same side of the field too, on the far side. Harris finding the receiver wide open down the field, over the shoulder catch there for the touchdown by number 9, Gary Brown. California up on top again.
The only thing that could hurt is this get your defense right back out on the field as the kick is up. It is good for Cody Nuzzo, so California now with a 3-point advantage again, 17-14 on CUTV.
You can relive all of the action from your favorite CUTV program today. From regional championships to high school football, you can take home your favorite CUTV game or event to relive anytime. Just send a return address and DVD information with $16.95 per DVD to 250 University Avenue, care of CUTV. Order today.
We're back on CUTV. You see right there, Gary Brown with Des Green, the two big receivers so far for California as we're about ready for kickoff. I'm sure we'll look at a replay of the touchdown again in just a few moments. Nuzzo has the ball on the tee, and we are about ready to go. And as I mentioned before, Cody, the only thing that might hurt California is you get your defense right back out on the field, and they were out there for quite some time in the last drive. Nuzzo kicks it, goes to the 1-yard line. He goes into the end zone. Taken down at about the 23. There's a late flag coming from the backside judge. We'll see what this is going to be on. Looks like it's going to be a chop block from the motion he's making to the referee. We'll see what this is going to be on.
Yeah, the flag came all the way back from the backfield, far away from where the play was. It was near midfield. The referee was standing, but he threw the flag really close to the play. So on the call, it could be a chop block.
Personal foul. Block below the waist for Virginia State. So that's 3 penalties on kickoffs in this game for Virginia State so far. But look at the touchdown to Gary Brown again.
And this is where James Harris was literally almost copying the play that Ayers did to get his touchdown, having Gary Brown wide open on the far side, and no defenders can catch him, nowhere close to get to the end zone, just cruising up along the sideline into the end zone, and then that gives California the lead back.
And there's 14:31 on the clock in the second quarter still, so these two scores came very close together. First down and 10 from the 12-yard line for Virginia State. Ayers in the shotgun. Sidecar to the left and twins to the left as well. Pass is complete to Smallwood, taken down at the 20-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 8 on the play, so it's going to bring up 2nd and 2. Clock stops 14:26.
And that pass was almost blocked by one of the linemen, it looked like. Came very close to deflecting the pass. You're going to see him on your screen jump up right there, almost get the pass, but it was just out of the reach of Kenny Wilkins, the defensive lineman out of Washington, PA.
And he is a transfer from the University of Michigan, where he did not get a lot of playing time, but coming here, he's starting right now on defensive end for the Vulcans. 2nd and 2. Ayers, looks like it's an option play. He will keep it himself, though, and he gets taken down for a gain of about 1 yard. It's a very short game. It's going to bring up 3rd and 1 from the 21-yard line.
3rd down, and Virginia State faced with a 3rd down conversion. That's one of the few that they've had. They've been doing a very good job with capitalizing on 1st and 2nd downs, gaining a lot of yards early on, and getting 3rd and shorts, or even just a 1st down. And it's a good test for California's defense to stop them here.
That was Kenny Wilkins on the stop. 3rd and 1. Handoff to Bellamy. He is met immediately. It's a loss on the play. Trojans not able to get the 1st down, so it'll be 4th and 1. We are getting clarification. It looks like it was Branko Busick, the junior from Steubenville, Ohio, on the stop.
So now it's going to be 4th down for Virginia State. And you're going to take a look at this replay here. And it was actually Lynn that made the stop, number 46 there. Could have easily been anybody. It was really hard to see it happen so quickly. And just coming out of nowhere and bringing down Bellamy.
Hillquist ready to punt again. Low snap. Gets the kick away. It's a short punt. Going to be fielded by Taylor at the 50-yard line. Met immediately. Did not call for the fair catch, though, so he will still run. Taken down forward progress at the 47-yard line in Virginia State territory. Luckily, he didn't have the ball let loose on that return.
And now, you may be wondering what other games are going on today during the PSAC. We have the ones that with the stars by them are Thursday night games. Livingstone against Millersville, Edinburgh, Carson Newman, Shippensburg, Seton Hill, Cheney, and Lincoln. A lot of these teams are a lot of these games, are out of conference matchups, just like the ones you're seeing here, and with California and Virginia State. So, lots of games going on in the conference.
Harris gets the snap. Ready to pass deep again. He has a receiver. It is caught. It's another touchdown for James Harris all the way down the field. That's Kawan Scott this time. Number 15 makes it 23-14 in favor of the Vulcans.
I think it's safe to say that James Harris has this defense figured out. He's able to map out the receiver routes so well around the secondary and find them open. This one was a lot closer than the previous one, but Kawan Scott just getting past the defender, not shaking him off, not cutting back like he expected him to, and getting into the end zone for another California score.
And we'll take clear looks at that when we come back after the PAT attempt. It is up. It is good. So it's now 24-14. The Vulcans now up by double digits for the first time. 12:26 remaining in the second quarter, first half on CUTV.
First published in the 1880s, the California Times is the oldest student media at California University. Circulating 3,000 issues weekly on campus and in the surrounding community, the Times' mission is to deliver fair and balanced news to the student population of California University. All students are welcome to be a part of the California Times. Our offices are located in the Natali Student Union. Keep up to date with the Times online at www.caltimes.org, Facebook, and follow us on Twitter. 29 down. 4 letters to describe excellence in college television. I know. CUTV, California University Television.
And we're back on CUTV, 24-14 Vulcans. To update you with some of the PSAC scores, Bloomsburg down 7-3 at halftime to Stonehill. They were without their quarterback, Tim Kelly, today. IUP is cruising right now 34-6 over St. Augustine's, and Gannon was up 17-0 over Southern Connecticut State. Nuzzo kicks the ball away. A high kick, forcing the defender back. It's dropped in the end zone. He's just going to take a knee in the end zone. That is number 19, the returner. That is Trey Johnson, actually, not related to our Trey Johnson from last year on the Vulcans.
Yeah, now let's take a look at this touchdown here. You saw the same exact play just a few minutes ago. It's like a Hail Mary style route, just straight away, going long, classic backyard football stuff. Just go long, and James Harris found a way to get the ball into Kawan Scott's hands for the touchdown.
And we've seen this so many times over the years with Mike Keller as the offensive coordinator. Quarterbacks that can throw the ball deep. You got Harris, you got Peter Lawlick, Cody Schroeder a little bit. He is now at Urbana after he transferred. You had a lot of quarterbacks. Josh Portis is one that really comes to mind. He actually played in the NFL for a little bit with the Seattle Seahawks. I believe he's now in the CFL. But quarterbacks have to be able to throw the ball deep in this offense, and Harris clearly has the arm. I mean, he played baseball for the longest time at Wake Forest. He actually, before last season, Cody, spent 6 years away from football. So to be able to see that development, having a full year of practices, come out here and perform on the field, that's a great sign for the Vulcans.
Yeah, and that just shows how much athleticism the kid has. You know, you see too often you see a lot of those people that cross sports. You know, like I knew a guy in high school that played 3 sports at once. That was unheard of, but he managed to do it, and then he went on for big successes. But just like that.
Ayers hands off to Bellamy. He is met immediately in the backfield. That's a loss of 3 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 13. Kenny Wilkins, he's starting to establish himself as this game goes on, as you have 12-12 remaining in the first half. Kenny Wilkins coming from Michigan, proving to be a big threat on that defensive line.
And now I'm sure Michigan is kicking themselves for not giving him any more play time than he already received. But Wilkins definitely showing what he's made of, showing the coaches of the Vulcans exactly what he can do.
Now we're going to have 2nd and 13 for the Trojans. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers and 2 sidecars. Ayers back to pass. Throws it on the screen route. Met immediately, a gain of about 5 yards. It's going to bring up 3rd and 8. So a long 3rd down for the Trojans. The California defense is starting to get into the minds of the Trojans, I think. They're starting to do a lot better on their field.
Yeah, and I'm sure the last thing that Virginia State wants to do here after just getting 2 quick touchdowns against them is go 3 and out and give California the ball back right away. But you saw they tried a couple rushing plays. That didn't quite work. Then they went through the air and almost worked. You could have almost broken away with it. But the California defense was really quick to meet up with them.
11:03 remaining in the first half. Ayers gets a snap. Pass is complete up the middle to Smallwood. He gets the first down. He's going to be at the 48-yard line, so a long completion there. 1st down and 10. Clock stops at 10:55. It'll start in just a second after they set the ball.
Yeah, you're going to see on this replay here, going up the middle this time versus towards the far side. And the California secondary was spreading to the sidelines, patrolling those sidelines because that's where they got the quick touchdown against them before.
Ayers on 1st and 10. Fakes the handoff. He goes up the middle on a quarterback keeper. He is taking down a new set of downs. It's going to be another 1st and 10, it looks like. Well, actually, they are moving it, so it looks like the referee is trying to get clarification. It is a new set of downs. Clock will start at 10:28 remaining.
And the clock that we have on the screen, you may have noticed, is not 100% accurate. It's a brand new graphic system that we're still getting used to, but we'll do our best to keep the time as accurate as possible.
Ayers in shotgun, 1st and 10. Hands off to Bellamy up the middle. Met for about a 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7. But nonetheless, Cody, about what you were saying, our crew doing a tremendous job. We have a few rookies out there as well. Jen Germano on graphics. She's doing a very good job so far. These graphics are very sleek and nice looking. It's a new set. The clock is going to stop at 9:53. We have a stoppage in play. We also have new replay wipes and everything. It's really nice what's been able to be done to improve our CUTV productions.
Yeah, and on this replay, you saw the Bellamy take it up the middle. Virginia State starting to figure out California's defense a little better. Earlier on in the drive, we saw 2 quick plays go down for minimal yardage or loss of yardage, and now they're starting to figure things out and take advantage of miscues.
9:33 remaining. The clock is running. Ayers back to pass. Throws it down the field. Has a receiver. It is incomplete. A late hit. No flag on the field. Virginia State trying to argue that it was a late hit against a defenseless player. Looks like the receiver had a little bit of room to be able to see the defender coming, though, so no flag on the play.
Yeah, and it looked like both players were going for the ball at the same time, but the cornerback just slipped up and slid. And you're going to see it on the screen here. They both jump up for the ball, but then he comes back down and lays down for the hit. So Virginia State might have an argument there, but the referee saw that both players were going for the ball at the same time, and that's why nothing was called.
That was Chaz Veal, number 17, on the big hit. 3rd and 8, 9:27 remaining. Ayers gets a snap. Gets the completion. Looks like he might be just at or just short of the 1st down. We'll have to see where they mark it. He is going to be about 2 yards short, so 4th and 2 coming up. The clock will still keep running. We'll have to see. Virginia State looks like they're going to be going for it.
Once again, Ayers really fooling out California's defense. You just saw on the replay, he's looking on the right side. So California's defense is shifting to the right side, but then all of a sudden quickly looks left and guns it to the left side. And that makes California's defense turn all the way around, and it gives the receiver a bunch of extra time to work with after they catch the ball.
4th and 2. California loading up the box. Get the handoff. It is a new set of downs. A gain of 3 yards, just enough for the new set. Clock will stop at 8:42. We'll get going in just a second. Bellamy able to convert the 1st down as the clock will start.
Bellamy just making nothing of this offensive line. He just barges right through. It almost looked like he hurdled over everybody, but now that the replay went through, I did see the lane that he was able to run through. But I was about to say that he jumped over a very large hurdle to get that first down, but the offensive line still did a good job opening the lane for him.
Ayers gets a snap, fakes the handoff. He's under some pressure, completes the pass down the field. That's Bellamy. He walks his way into the end zone, though. Virginia State gets another touchdown, makes it 24-20, pending the extra point with 8:08 left. Both of these defenses having trouble stopping the passing attack so far today.
And Ayers has been doing a very good job faking the defense out. You saw this fake handoff here. Everybody's charging in, and now all of a sudden, oh no, he's going to pass it. So he's going to jump back. They have to jump themselves back. He's been doing it with his line of vision, shifting the defense over to one side, and now he's been doing a phenomenal job faking this defense out. California's going to be on their toes if they want to stop Virginia State again.
And it's 24-21 now. California will get the ball back when we return on CUTV.
Save preset 1 for Cal U's best music. More music in the car. More music in the door. More music everywhere. This is 91.9 WCAL Power 92. The home of the Vulcan Nation. Playing Cal U's best music. 91.9 WCAL. WCAL Power 92.
And we're back on CUTV's 8:08 remaining in the first half. California about to get the ball. Hillquist huddling with his special teamers, ready to kick the ball away. And Cody, before the game, we were talking about how this might be a defensive matchup, but so far that has been thrown out the window. Both of these offenses putting up a lot of points.
And in the first quarter, one may have been able to argue that. It was in the second quarter that we saw each team go back and forth, long passes for touchdowns.
And the kick is high and away. Roberson going to field it at the 10-yard line. He has a hole. He's still running. He's at the 40. He's at the 50. He's at the 40 and tripped up. Oh, he had some running room to work with, but he has tripped up at the 40 on Virginia State's side, and we'll look at the touchdown again. Actually, we're going to look at the return now, so we're going to change up the replay now. We'll look at the return from Terrell Roberson.
Yeah, and California's special teams here, particularly on kick returns, you are seeing great blocking work up front, opening up the lanes for the return men to go through, whoever it may be. And then a consistent pattern is they're going onto the far side, running up the sideline, taking advantage of every inch of real estate that they have. And if they don't have it, they're doing anything they can to make it. So it's a great special teams work by the Vulcans here today.
Harris fakes the handoff. He's going to go down the field. That is complete to Des Green. That's a new set of downs at the 22-yard line. Clock will stop with 7:52 remaining in the first half.
Is going to move the chains as Harris continues to attack through the air. That's what he's been skilled at doing, is going through the air and finding receivers wide open on all sides of the field.
And the clock has started. Harris in the shotgun, 3 receivers, twins to the right, sidecar to the right as well, Derek Fiore. Handoff to Fiore. He is breaking out back at the outside. He is stopped at about the 18-yard line. They'll give him progress. That's going to be a gain of 4 yards on the play.
Just under 7.5 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. And when you take a look here, California going on the ground this time. They may have thought that Virginia State was thinking that they were going to go through the air again, so they tried to change things up a bit. And they still got a good gain out of it, so now California is keeping the defense guessing.
2nd and 7. Harrison shotgun. Fakes the handoff to Fiore. Throws the ball as he's hit, and that's going to be incomplete to Gary Brown. Harris was hit as he was throwing the ball, so incomplete. Clock will stop with 6:55. It'll be 3rd and 7 from the 19-yard line.
And that would have been a big loss if Harris got brought down. So Harris trying to get a last-minute desperation pass, and it ended up paying off, even though it was incomplete. We could have been looking at a 3rd down and about 13 here if a sack happened.
California is in field goal range, but I'm sure they want to put up 4 more points than just 3. Harris on 3rd and 7 in the shotgun. 3 receivers, twins to the left, sidecar to the left. Harris gets the snap. Throws the ball, incomplete, and it's intercepted. The receiver slipped. That was Gary Brown. Luckily enough, he was right in the way of the defender to trip him up. That's number 5 for Virginia State, Darian Thomas. So the first turnover of the day comes from California. Harris's first interception.
And look for this to be a big momentum changer. You're going to see Harris not fool Thomas on that one. His intended target looked like it was Gary Brown, ended up slipping and falling to the ground, so he had no chance of getting that pass. So it wasn't Harris's fault, but it was just an unfortunate sequence of events that Brown slipped and went to the ground, and then the interception happened. It was a double whammy almost.
Yeah, so that one you cannot blame on Harris. Gary Brown, I'm sure that field is still a little bit away from the range that passed through before, just slipping on his route. As Ayers will start with the ball, 1st and 10, 6:51 remaining. Hands off to Bellamy. He is going to gain about 7 yards. It's going to bring up 2nd and 3. Bellamy actually ran right past the defender. The defender didn't think Bellamy had the ball, so he went back to Ayers, and Bellamy ended up cutting it back upfield.
And that's what Ayers has been doing all game. I've been saying it time and time again. He's doing a great job faking out the defense. And fortunately for Bellamy, he was able to maintain his balance there without going down towards the original line of scrimmage and still getting a good gain out of that run.
2nd and 3 now for Ayers in the Trojan offense. Ayers back to pass. Throws a screen pass, incomplete, into the receiver taken down. That is number 19, Trey Johnson, the intended receiver. Clock stops 6:08. It's going to be 3rd and 2 from the 25.
It was just over his head, the pass was. And we just in and out of the hands, couldn't really reach up to grab it. And then a great job by California's defense to make sure, for sure, that the pass wasn't going to be caught. It wasn't a late hit this time, one can't argue that. And we're seeing Virginia State with another 3rd down and short here.
And California's defense, they've been playing a lot of zone coverage so far today, not a lot of man-to-man, and that's when Ayers has been able to find holes. He throws another ball. That one's complete the fudge at the 30-yard line, taken down at the 34. It'll be a new set of downs for the Trojans. 6:01, the clock will stop. It'll start in just a second as soon as the ball is set. But Ayers again finding a passing lane on the sideline.
You're going to see it on the replay here. Ayers knew he didn't need a long pass. All he needed was just a short gain, and he found his receiver. A very short gain over on the near side and just getting enough for the 1st down.
California's defense right now, they would benefit very much so from a sack, an interception, something to drive the offense for Trojans back. Bellamy, big loss there. That's number 94. That is Damon Pierce, the redshirt freshman from Chester, Pennsylvania, and that's exactly what California needed.
Yeah, California needed a big stop for a loss, whether, like you said, it would be a sack or an interception or something of that nature. And Bellamy losing his footing a little bit, spinning around. That's the kind of tackle you usually see them break out of, but he had a good grip on his jersey to pull him down.
And Pierce will stay out there. Number 53, Jawan Turner, next to him. You also have number 93, Skylar Dickinson. So a couple subs on the defensive line for this coverage. And under pressure, it's a screen, intercepted! Intercepted by California. He's running. That's Damon Pierce. Back-to-back big plays for the big man.
Back-to-back interceptions, too. We saw Virginia State with the interception, and now we see California get it right back. It's essentially an anything you can do, I can do better game at this point. We saw that with the touchdowns earlier, and now we're seeing it with the turnovers. Ayers not faking out the defense this time, but he was under pressure, to be fair. So he definitely wanted to hold on to it a little more before he let it go. But there was nothing but a sea of black where that ball was going.
Yeah, Damon Pierce, great hands and vision. It looked like it bounced off his hands a little bit. Kind of reminds me of a play last year. Noah Taylor on the defensive line for California. Batted the ball up, came down with it, and was able to run it back for a touchdown. No touchdown here, but great field position. First and goal from the 7-yard line, 4:47 remaining. We're going to see Harris come back out. We've not seen a lot of Nick Grissom today, Cody. We've seen a lot of Roberson and Fiore in the backfield. McCauley is out there as well as the fullback for a blocker. 2 receivers, 1 on each side. Harris going to be under center. Green shifts to the left side of the line. Now McCauley shifts as well. Fake handoff. Harris has running room. Throws it. It's going to be nearly intercepted. Green with the completion to the 2-yard line. That was a very tight lane to throw the ball in, Cody.
Yeah, very tight, almost into double coverage. And I wasn't even sure if he came up with it. I saw him roll down on the ground. It made it seem like it was on the ground at first, but you're going to see on this replay here just barely, it almost looked like he got a hand on it almost. The defender there, Bryce Bradley, and the California receiver able to pull it out of his hands and get the completion.
Now we have Roberson in the backfield. Jumbo set for California. Looks like they're going to be running the ball. Hand off to Roberson. He's going nowhere. He's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd and goal now for the Vulcans. So California going to have to come up with a nice trick play here possibly to try and get in the end zone as Virginia State's defensive line just pounding up the middle right there.
Yeah, they were really clogging up the middle. No chance for any lanes to open up for the running back to go through. And now we're seeing a 3rd down and goal from right around where the last play started.
It's going to be Fiore in the backfield. McCauley as the blocker and the fullback. Harris under center. 2 receivers to the left. That's Brown and Scott. Harris fakes the handoff. Throws it incomplete, just short of Ryan McCauley, who was his intended receiver. But even if he caught that, I don't think he was going to get into the end zone.
It either looked like that ball got deflected out of his hand or just almost threw it sideways kind of as the ball took a weird motion off of Harris's hand. We're going to see on the replay here, it might have gotten tipped as he threw it or just rolled off of his finger in a weird way. To me, it looked like it was a little bloop pass, and that's the reason why it fell short, but now we're seeing the field goal unit on.
It's going to be Nuzzo. He is so far 1 for 1 today from 26 yards. This one going to be a 20-yarder, so just a little bit closer. Nuzzo ready for the snap. Down, up. It is good. So California adds 3 points to their lead, make it 6 now. It's 27-21 with 3:21 remaining in the first half at Adamson Stadium. When we come back, the conclusion of the first half on CUTV.
Don't miss a second of the exciting 2014 California University Vulcans football season. Whether home or away, CUTV is your home for Vulcans football. Watch every step of the way as Coach Keller and the Vulcans strive for a PSAC title and NCAA playoff berth. Your home for Vulcan football, CUTV.
And we're back on CUTV for the conclusion of the second half. It's 27-21 in favor of the Vulcans. 3:21 remaining in the second quarter. Nuzzo about ready to kick it off. You have Johnson and Futch right in front of the end zone, ready to return it for the Virginia State Trojans. And this has been a very heavy offensive matchup. A couple turnovers, 1 from each team. So Nuzzo kicks it away. Short kick, fielded and it's dropped at the 6-yard line. California has a great opportunity to try and stack up and meet the returner about the 22-yard line, so 16-yard return. Virginia State will start their drive there.
Yeah, and that was a very fortunate series of events there for Virginia State on the return. The ball bounced right off of his chest and fell right onto the ground, but able to pick it back up without California scooping it up and possibly returning it for a touchdown. That's how the rule goes. The return team has to touch it at least once before it becomes a live ball. And if I beg your pardon, the correction on the rule, actually, after 10 yards, it becomes a live ball. So still a fumble on the incomplete reception, more or less.
Handoff to Bellamy. He's going to the outside, taken down for maybe a gain of a yard. So bring up 2nd and 9, 3:05 remaining. But Cody, I think that what you were referring to is on a punt, the receiving team has to touch it first. On kickoff, 10 yards, you have to let it go. But if the kicking team recovers it, then, hey, good for them. But the receiving team most of the time is able to get the job done. We'll see 2nd and 9, 2:48 remaining. Ayers in shotgun, trips to his left, or a sidecar to his left as well. He's going to throw. That one is incomplete. Big hit by Jordan Bowman, our player to watch.
Jordan Bowman is everywhere, really taking all sides of the field under his own hands, and coming up on these big plays like this one here. You're going to see Ayers sees a man open, but then Bowman has been doing what he's been doing all game, just coming out of nowhere and breaking up the passes and batting them down and preventing completions.
That was Willie Stubblefield, the intended receiver for Virginia State. 3rd and 9, 2:36 remaining. Ball on the 23-yard line. Need to get to the 32 for a new set of downs. 3 receivers, twins to the right, sidecar to the left, or the right, excuse me. Ayers gets the shotgun snap. Back to throw. Goes down the field. That one is incomplete. Great breakup by number 8, Rodney Gillen.
Another incomplete pass. We saw 2 in a row now for Virginia State trying to go through the air, but the passes are just bouncing in and out of the hands of the receivers. I'm sure Ayers is getting frustrated. And on the far side there, you see another pass get broken up. It would have been enough for a first down had the completion been made.
Yeah, now Hillquist will punt it away. We have Tyrone Taylor about his own 44-yard line ready for the return. Kick is away. It's short. Drives him back actually a little bit. As he goes out of bounds with the punt, it'll be at the 38-yard line. And that's where California will start with 2:24 as we'll look at the PSAC West standings, the preseason.
Completely clean slate. 0-0 all the way across, but California second there from in preseason. Indiana was predicted to come out on top. They're strong every year, and California right behind them. They breathed down their neck last year, and they could be doing it again. But the story still has yet to be written. Goose eggs all the way across.
And we just actually got a final score. Mercyhurst losing to Bentley 27-21 in the Boston area. So Mercyhurst 0-1 in the season now as Harris gets a snap. Throws it over. That's complete to Gary Brown. Still trying to go. He's taken down at the 46. Clock will still run. It's going to be 2nd and 2.
Boy, Gary Brown wanted to run there. He was not going down without a fight. It took 3 defenders to get him down. But Gary Brown still able to retain possession of the completion and get some positive yards.
Fioria sidecar to the left. 3 receivers, twins to the left. Fioria handoff up the middle. He's got a first down right at the 50-yard line. So midfield, new set of downs, 1:55 remaining. California moving the ball efficiently right now, trying to put us some more points before halftime.
Yeah, it's 2-minute drill time for the Vulcans. You see it in practice all the time. It's a drill they do to score as many points as they can.
Harris passes it. That one's intercepted. That's number 25, Andre Rawls, jumped right in front of the route of Des Green. That's going the other way, so Virginia State saying no to getting points on the board for the Vulcans as their defense shuts down, jumps right in front of the tight end.
Yeah, good job there by the Virginia State secondary to cover all sides of the field and get this interception. It's their 2nd interception of the game, if I'm not mistaken. We're going to see them take over from right around their own, their own 40-yard line. Just before the half expires, we have 1:41 left, and it could be a much closer game going into the locker rooms at halftime.
Yeah, if Virginia State gets a touchdown, they could easily take the lead with an extra point. 4 receivers, trips to the left, sidecar to the left as well. It's a handoff to Bellamy up the middle. He's taken down for a gain of about 2 yards, so it's going to bring up 2nd and 8.
Virginia State probably just doing a multitask job here to try and shave off some time on the clock, but yet gain some yards at the same time. They don't want to stop the clock too much and risk giving California the ball back with a lot of time.
And Virginia State will receive the second half kickoff as well. That one is completed to number 15, taken down right at midfield. That's going to be enough for a new set of downs. Number 15, we'll have to look here really fast. That is Claude Thomas Jr., a defensive back actually, here in as a wide receiver. So trying some different packages are the Trojans. First and 10, Ayers back to pass, under pressure. He's hit as he throws. That one's out of bounds. It's going to stop the clock at 1:01. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10 from the 49-yard line in Cal territory.
And that was a good job by Ayers to throw the ball in an area where the receiver was to prevent an intentional grounding penalty. We're going to take a look here. He tries to fake out the defense again by looking right and then suddenly turning left right there, but then he saw the pressure whenever he turned the pressure. That was Wilkins on the pressure again. And we saw him everywhere so far in this half.
1:01 remaining. 2nd and 10. 4 receivers, twins to each side and a sidecar to the left. Ayers, back to pass. Throws it quick, right over the middle. That's a slant route. Oh, he's going all the way on to the 25. That's Futch. Gets to the 25-yard line. Clock still, has stopped at 55 seconds. It'll keep running after the ball's set.
Yeah, you can tell both of the teams right now are hurrying up. Virginia State not wanting to have to burn a timeout, but now the clock is running. There's 50 seconds left. Here we go.
Ayers, quick pass. That one's incomplete. Aaron Terry on the coverage. Not called his name a lot today. He was the leading interceptions man for California last year with 4.
Now both teams can take a quick breather as the clock stops with 47 seconds left.
It's going to be 2nd and 10 from the 26-yard line. Hillquist, who is the punter, also does the field goal kicking duties as well, so we don't exactly know his range. This might be good enough, this might not be, so Virginia State going to still try and move the ball up the field, and if they have to, settle for 3 points and make it closer, 27-24. Virginia State, back to pass. That one well overthrown. That's Gillen on the coverage. Looks like that was number 7. That is Willie Stubblefield on the attempt.
So now we're seeing a 3rd down here. 3rd down and 10 with 42 seconds left. And it's a really interesting predicament here for the Trojans because they definitely want to complete the first down, convert the first down, and not give California the ball back. But there's that awkward part of the field where it might be too long for a field goal for some kickers or too short for a punt.
Absolutely, Cody. You're going to see Ayers in the backfield, ready for the shotgun snap. He gets it. He's under pressure. Steps up. He's sacked by the California defense. Loss of 2. It's a timeout for the Trojans with 36 seconds left. That was number 93. That's Skylar Dickinson.
Now the clock is going to stop with 36 seconds. You're going to see here on this replay, again, the California defenders literally coming out of nowhere, and it is hard to see the number because the jersey was tucked up under one of the pads, but still a good sack there by California's defense. Again, another big defensive play like you were saying before. They really needed to get some momentum back going their way.
And we're going to see here, Cody, if they go for it, it's 4th and 13. If they attempt a field goal, it's going to be a 46-yard attempt. I'm not exactly sure how many D2 collegiate kickers are able to make 46-yard field goals. That's a long range. Some NFL kickers can't even make 46-yard field goals. And the wind is blowing not in the favor of Virginia State right now. So it looks like they're going to go for it, though. 4th and 13. Ayers coming back out on the field. We'll see the formation that they come out in.
I'll tell you what, they're going to go for a Hail Mary in the end zone here.
Another option, Cody. This could be a pooch punt from the kicker as well to try and drive California back close to their own end zone before halftime. But we have twins to the right, lone receiver to the left. That's Stubblefield. Sidecar to the left, or excuse me, to the right. Ayers gets the snap. Under a little bit of pressure. Throws it down the field. Incomplete. So the Trojans will turn it over on downs. California will get the ball with 28 seconds left and 3 timeouts, Cody. So that's plenty enough time for California to go down the field with the arms of James Harris.
We've seen them do it in plenty less than 28 seconds here early on in this game. We saw 2 quick touchdowns. It only took one play drives from James Harris, finding an open receiver on the far side. And now Harris is going to get one last shot to get California more points on the board and widen the lead. And that is a big stop for the defense, too. Don't forget about that, because Virginia State could have easily made this a 1 or 2 point game or a tie, depending on the situation, if they were able to score on that drive.
It was Tyrone Taylor and Chaz Veal around the area of the intended receiver. Harris with 3 receivers and a sidecar to the right, and Fiore. He's back to pass. Throws downfield. He has a receiver. That's Gary Brown. That one's well overthrown. Brown was double teamed there.
Make sure nobody can catch it.
So an incompletion brings up 2nd and 10, 23 seconds remaining.
Harris taking a big risk there, throwing it into double coverage. But this late in the half, all hands on deck almost, it may seem like, is the attitude that the Vulcans have.
So we have 23 seconds left, 2nd and 10. If California happens to get to 3rd and 10, you might just see them run the ball or take a knee and go into halftime with the lead. They're going to run it with Fiore here. He's going to go. There's going to be a flag. We're going to see what that's going to be for. This might be a face mask or a holding, depending on which side it goes against. Clock will stop with 15 seconds remaining in the first half.
The officials are going to gather and discuss, and we'll find out exactly what the call is and which direction the ball will be going in.
It's going to be holding against California. It will be a spot foul too, though, Cody. So it's going to be 3rd and some distance. It's going to be holding California, and it's actually going to be 2nd down, excuse me, as they do accept the penalty. It's going to be 2nd and 18. So a loss of 8 on the play, essentially. Clock at 15 seconds, and it starts running. And California's going to just come off the field with the halftime lead, Cody, as they're not even going to attempt to play. That's too risky. So California, 6-point lead at halftime.
Yeah, they've been doing a good job with their offense. Both teams have here. We predicted this game to be a defensive battle, but it's been the exact opposite. Both teams above 20 points at half.
Yeah, there's been a lot of defensive stops in there mixed in as well. When we come back here on CUTV, we'll have the second half, see who can come out on top in the opening game of the year here at Adamson Stadium.
Didn't get out to the high school football game this past Friday? Don't worry, because CUTV Sports has you covered. Never miss a second of this season's upcoming high school action, as CUTV's Game of the Week takes you to the stadium and gives you the best seat in the house. Now in its 29th season of bringing you all of the best local games, CUTV Sports is your local leader in high school football coverage. The Multimedia Access Center is an open lab where California University students can work on an assignment, attend a workshop, print a document for class, or take advantage of a variety of services such as large format printing, web development, and graphic design. Located in the renovated Natali Student Center across from the student bookstore, the Mac Lab is also your home for OrgSync support and services. For hours of operation or for more information, stop by the Mac Lab, visit our website, like us on Facebook, or follow us on Twitter.
Take preset 1 for Cal U's best music. More music in the car. More music in the door. More music everywhere. This is 91.9 WCAL Power 92. The home of the Vulcan Nation. Playing Cal U's best music. 91.9 WCAL. WCAL Power 92.
Stay connected with CUTV. Subscribe to us on YouTube for new videos. Follow us on Twitter for status updates. Like us on Facebook for updates, videos, and more. CUTV social media. Get connected, stay connected.
And we welcome you back for second half action from Adamson Stadium on CUTV. Currently the score stands California 27, Virginia State 21. We're about 2 minutes and 50 seconds from the second half getting underway. But Cody, first off, we're going to look at our first half stats right now.
Lots of passing yards. That's one thing that people at home may notice. 213 for Virginia State, 207 for Cal. Turnovers have been more towards the Virginia State. We saw the plus 11 that they had last season compared to the minus 4 for California. But then the time of possession completely dominated by Virginia State, 18:47 versus 11:13. But surprisingly, they are on the short end of the stick. They're down by 6 points coming into the second half. So who knows what time will tell as the second half gets underway.
Yeah, and another big stat, third down conversions. And we don't have that up right now, but Virginia State is 3 of 9. California, 0 of 6. If they're going to come away and hold on to this lead and come away with the victory, they're going to have to start converting on third down. We're going to look at some of our replays from the first half now, Cody. A lot of our scores there. Why don't you go through those for us now?
Well, there were a lot of highlights to see, certainly. This one, a quarterback sneak by Ayers to get into the end zone for a touchdown. And then here, this was the biggest play of the game for California's defense in my mind, this blocked punt. You're going to see he came out of nowhere to block the punt, and then Bowman picked it up and scooped it up and rolled into the end zone to score the touchdown. That put California on the board in a big way, and it really got the offense going, even though that may have been a defensive score. And then just a few other assorted touchdowns. We're going to see a majority of them all went through the air. Ayers looking for his open man, and he finds it over on the far side. And a big gain after the completion. Bowman was the only guy that could have caught him, but he just fell short before he reached into the end zone. And then James Harris, this kid so far today has done exactly what Ayers can do, and he's done it double what he has. He's done the same exact play twice. This is the first time here, and you're going to see it worked to the fullest potential that it could, getting in the end zone for a touchdown, and then Harris did it again to get another touchdown. And keep in mind, both of those plays that you're about to see, the previous one and now this one, they were the first plays of a drive. They were literally right after a kickoff or a punt, and then Harris wasting no time getting into the end zone very early on and getting California a bunch of points on the board. They could have been down if they didn't really take that risk. And now you're going to see this one from Ayers find an open man on the near side this time and go into the end zone. So the sideline defense for both teams has been letting some opportunities slip through. And now this one here, this is the interception, one of 3 turnovers in the first half. Only 3. We thought we were going to see more because of such a big defensive matchup. And now Ayers here, this is the other interception that he threw. There's been 3 interceptions in the game, and this is those were 2 of them. And it's been only I think 7 points were scored off of turnovers so far, so not too much damage done in terms of turnovers. You see, this is Harris's other interception that he threw, and correct me if I'm wrong, Zach, but I don't think Virginia State scored on that drive, but there were 7 points scored off of turnovers.
Yeah, that drive was near the end of the first half. They were stopped on 4th down. California was trying to drive with about 30 seconds left. Not able to. They got a holding penalty against them. They just said, we'll go to the locker room with the halftime lead. Virginia State will receive the ball to start the second half. They are going to go left to right on your television screen. California going right to left, and that will switch for the fourth quarter. The wind is blowing towards where Cody Nuzzo is going to be kicking the ball off, so that could highly affect the kick right now and also add air to any passes or batted balls and punts that go towards this side of the field. So California had a little bit of a disadvantage right now with the wind facing towards them. They're going to have to work through that, though. They have a 6-point lead, but you can never do enough to ensure yourself of a lead. We had a couple nights ago, Millersville playing Livingstone. They were up by 18 points, and within a minute and a half, they blew that lead, and they ended up losing the game 46-44. So anything can happen. You can never have too much insurance.
There are a lot of things that can happen, as they call them insurance points, just like you said. California looking to add on to their lead, Virginia State looking to cut it.
Nuzzo's kick short, goes to about the 5-yard line. It's going to be Futch as he tries to get outside, and he stood up right at the 22-yard line. So a gain of 18 on the return. As we're about to start 1st and 10, 14:55 remaining in the third quarter. Tyrion Ayers did a good job leading his team on their first half drives. See if he can do the same thing here.
And I think this is the first possession that we are seeing off of a kickoff return, at least, where the return man didn't make it past the 20-yard line, or just right around the 20-yard line or behind. So we've seen a lot of field position start at the 30 or the 40, and now right around the 20, right, it looks like the 22 for Virginia State. So they're going to be tested here. They have a long ways to go.
Ayers in the shotgun, 3 receivers and a sidecar to the left. It's a fake handoff. Ayers, incomplete pass. It is not a backward pass, so it is incomplete. Clock stops 14:51. It's going to be 2nd and 10 now from the 22. Ayers was under heavy pressure, just lucky to get that one away.
Once again, Ayers going through with the passing. The passing was what worked for both teams. Not too many yards were gained on the ground for either squad, so the passing defense is what you got to look out for.
That was Andrew Clark, number 40, the intended receiver on the previous play. 2nd and 10 for the Trojans. Ayers hands it off to Bellamy right up the middle. He is stood up at the line of scrimmage. No gain. It's going to be 3rd and 10 now for the Trojans. California's defense having a lot of heavy middle pressure right there.
Yeah, middle pressure really collapsing the holes. Bellamy was no options for him to go through with 14 and a half minutes or so left to go in the third quarter. We're just underway for the second half. Virginia State faced with an early 3rd down situation.
3rd and 10 from the 22-yard line. We're at about 14:20 remaining in the third quarter. You're going to have 4 receivers. Trips to the right, 1 well spread out, but then he's going to bump back into a trio. Lone receiver to the left and a sidecar to the left as well. Under pressure. And Ayers going to be taken down for the sack. That's going to be a loss of 2 yards. We'll see who comes out of there. Looks like it's number 42, Jordan Lardani. Virginia State going to punt the ball away.
And let me tell you, Zach, that was a very busy backfield here on this play. You're going to see a California defender take a somersault over one of the offensive blockers. If it wasn't for that somersault, I would say that Ayers would have had a very early sack for a much larger loss.
And it was actually Brenko Busick on the sack, not Lardani. Another punt is blocked. Oh, it's recovered by Virginia State. They have a chance to get the first down, and they will. They will get the first down. My goodness, Cody, I've never seen that before. We're going to have to look at the replay of this in just a moment if we have it. That was a very interesting play.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I don't think I have ever seen anything like this. A blocked punt. I've seen blocked punts get recovered by the offense, but never rushed for a first down. And I think a lot of the California defenders were thinking that as well. They've never seen that before, so it can't happen, right? Well, Virginia State just proved to them that it can, and they have a new set of downs. That's a big break for the Trojans.
We'll see if they can do anything with it, give them new life on this drive. 13-24, 1st and 10. That was Corey Ford on the block again. Under pressure, Wilkins gonna sack him, and he actually misses it, but that's gonna be number 53, Jawan Turner on the sack to clean it up.
Yeah, the assisted sack on the play there. It's a big loss, so it's going to be 2nd down and way long. It'll be 2nd down and 19, according to the scoreboard here at Adamson Stadium, with just over 13 minutes left.
And that's a big momentum boost for California, getting that loss after the big momentum swing that Virginia State just had in their favor after the blocked punt by Corey Ford. Picked up by number 21 for Virginia State. That was Bryce Bradley who returned that blocked punt. 2nd and 19. Ayers with 4 receivers, 2 on each side. Going back to throw. That's going to be well overthrown, out of bounds. That was Smallwood, the intended receiver. Looked like he might not have come down with it even if he caught it.
Yeah, and he took a little tumble there on the California sideline, but he gets back up and he's okay. So we're going to be seeing now a 3rd down situation, away 3rd and long. Once again, Virginia State faced with a 3rd down situation. They got their first down on a 4th down conversion, if you want to call it that. It was an unintentional 4th down conversion, if that's a thing. But we're going to see them now with another big 3rd and long.
3rd and 19, 12:35. 3 receivers. Cal in their nickel package. That ball is complete, then dropped. They're going to call it incomplete, though, Cody. It's going to be an incomplete pass, so that actually helps Virginia State in that case. That is number 15 on the reception. That is Claude Thomas Jr., the defensive back. It's an incomplete pass. We'll look at the replay.
Yeah, and the reason they're not calling this a fumble was because he probably didn't make what they call a football move to try to make the stop. And on the stop there for California was number.
That was number 8, Ronnie Gillen.
Missed me.
And that punt actually was almost blocked again. California's going to let it go. It's going to take a Virginia State bounce to about the 28-yard line. So California will start their drive there. But sorry to interrupt you there, Cody. That punt was almost blocked again by California. Virginia State needs to beef up their pressure on their offensive line to stop California from rushing them every time.
Yeah, California's defense on special teams being very aggressive here. And even though Virginia State still got the first down conversion on that first punt, it still takes a lot of aggression from the defense to block the punt.
And we're going to see California come out with 2 receivers. Terrell Roberson in the backfield, one receiver to each side. You're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down linemen, it looks like. One of them is a tight end. Harris under center. He will get the snap. Hands it to Roberson. He's right up the middle. Gain to the 40. That's a new set of downs. That's a gain of 12 yards.
Roberson taking it right up the gut, not messing around, and getting the first down. It was a gain of about 12 yards on the play or so. And here you see wide open lane. The defenders really didn't, I don't think, expected them to have that much ease going through.
We have 12 minutes remaining in the third quarter now. Harris under center again in the no huddle. Fakes the handoff to Roberson. Pass is complete to Des Green. Able to gain some positive yards. He's going to turn a first down into this. Break some tackles all the way to the 46-yard line. Virginia State territory. Clock stops 11:51.
Crossing midfield, and Harris was hit literally right after he threw. He had some immediate pressure there on the play, but he was able to get the pass off, and then he took a tumble onto the ground. And fortunately for him, his receiver was able to turn it into a big gain.
Clock has started, 11:42 remaining. Harris hands it off to Grissom. He's going to the outside. He's gaining about 7 to 8 yards. It's going to be a gain of 8. 2nd and 2 coming up, 11:30 remaining.
Now all of a sudden the running game for California starting to wake up a little bit. It's they're able to find the holes, whether it be on the far side or in the middle, and it's a good job, again, showing patience, waiting for the holes to open up. You don't want to go in whenever it's all clogged up.
Single back formation again. 2 receivers to each, or 1 receiver to each side, excuse me. Harris under center. Handoff. That's to Roberson. He's going to get the first down, still going at the 32-yard line. New set of downs. Clock stops 11:01. It's going to start going any second now after the ball is set.
And on this replay here, all they needed was a good chunk of yardage, and they got it here. Just able to find the hole like they've been doing all drive long. The first half, we saw a lot of plays in the air. Now we're starting to see a lot of plays on the ground, so it could be a change of tides here.
We're going to see Grissom and Fiore switch sides now on the play. 2-back formation, 3 receivers. One of them does Green, the tight end. Fake handoff to Grissom. Harris throws it. It's complete to Kawan Scott out of bounds. The clock will stop at the 16-yard line. New set of downs, 1st and 10.
And it is going to be 1st and 10, so they still can get a first down at the 6-yard line without getting a touchdown. So they could get 1st and goal very close to the end zone. You're going to see on the replay here a great reception, able to keep both feet in bounds and have possession out of it before he went out.
1st and 10 from the 16-yard line. Harris under center. Single back formation still. Handoff. Looks like Roberson. Oh, he's going to be flipped over. And that's actually Nick Grissom on the handoff. He's going to gain nothing. So it's going to be 2nd and 10.
Boy, Grissom took one for the team on that one. All of this for a no gain. You're going to see him try to break to the outside, coming to the near side. He sees that hole there, but then he gets tripped up and then topples over right at the original line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10. 9:47 remaining in the third quarter. Harris still under center. You have a broken I formation as McCauley is the fullback now in the backfield as well, 2 receivers. Harris gets a snap, hands it off. That's Roberson. He's trying to move his way upfield. He's going to gain maybe a yard. So it's going to be 3rd and 9 now for California. And California has not been able to convert any 3rd downs so far, Cody. We mentioned that before. We'll see if they can start now.
Yeah, and they're in good field position to convert one because they're really close to the end zone and they can get a fresh set of downs without scoring. So they can set them up for a 1st down and short, or a 1st down and goal, if you will.
9 minutes remaining now. As the clock strikes just under 9 now. Harris is in a shotgun, 4 receivers, twins to each side. You have Brown, Tyler, Scott, as well as Luke Smore, number 6. It's a handoff to Roberson. He's sitting outside. He's going to be taken down at about the 10-yard line, though. He had a running lane just short of the 1st down. It's going to be about 4th down and 2 yards to go.
And now I have to see what California does here. Do you go for it really close, or do you kick the for sure field goal? But when you take a look at this replay, you were right, Zach. He did have the running lane, but then one of the defenders came in and took him down by the legs and prevented the gain from getting a 1st down. So he stopped him at the 10. The marker was at about the 6.
That was Tyrell Smith on the stop for Virginia State. Nuzzo going for another 26-yard field goal. This one up. It is good. So California now has a 9-point lead, 30-21, with 8:24 remaining in the 3rd quarter. When we come back, more 3rd quarter action on CUTV.
CUTV News Center brings you the best in local news, weather, entertainment, and sports.
A new building is being constructed, and it is estimated.
We take a look at our local temperatures for this morning. Right around Du Bois, we have 38 degrees.
Swimmer Diana Nyad and former pro hockey player Sean Avery.
With the PSAC preseason poll.
CUTV News Center, live, Thursdays at 5. CUTV. California University Television.
And we're back at Adamson Stadium for more 3rd quarter action. California up by 9, 30-21 over Virginia State. Virginia State has had 1 drive, but 2 really opportunities so far. California able to get 3 points on their 1st drive of the 2nd half.
Yeah, still able to capitalize, even if it was only 3 points.
This kick going to send the return man into the end zone. He's just going to take a knee in the end zone. It's going to be a touchback. It was very close, though, Cody, and this reminds me of a play last year. Pittsburgh Steelers versus Tennessee Titans. The guy got the ball in the end zone, came out, went back in. That's a safety. Luckily, he did not do that there.
Yeah, it looked like he was hesitant. You know, did he want to go out of the end zone, or did he just want to take a knee? And he took a knee instead.
And it has started to rain now on the field, Cody. And it looks like we might be having a retry of the kick. There was a flag on the field. We're about to get clarification of it now. I'm assuming because they're going to retry the kick, it's going to be against California.
Yeah, the flag was thrown in California's end near the 40-yard line.
It's going to be offsides against California, so that's going to drive the ball back about 5 yards. They're going to kick off from the 30 instead of the 35. They'll retry it again.
And as you said, Zach, the rain is starting to come back again. It's coming from the left side, our left side, on that end of the stadium, and it's coming through. We saw 1 squall come through in the 1st half, but it was really quick, and then it went away. So could be the same for this one.
And California is not going to retry the kick. Virginia State is just going to field the ball at the 30-yard line instead of the 25. So they'll have a drive from the 30-yard line start. 8:24 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Rain coming down. I would expect to see a lot of run plays on this drive because the ball's going to be a lot more slippery. It's going to be hard to throw down the field.
Yeah, and California already was able to get their running game woken up and score with the majority of their previous plays on the previous drive on the ground.
And we are ready for action now. 8:24 Ayers in the shotgun, 3 receivers, 2 sidecars. Hands out to Bellamy. He stops immediately. We'll see who that is. That's going to be Jordan Lardani on the stop.
Yeah, this is a big stop here by California. Plays for losses can be big momentum shifters for defenders, and there he was. Looked like someone might have missed a block on the near side of your TV screen, and that's what allowed the defender to come through. That allowed Lardani to go through and make the tackle for a loss.
And Virginia State is coming off the field, Cody, so it looks like we're going to be under another lightning delay or weather delay, it looks like. So we're going to throw up the score, and we'll explain again. There's a 30-minute delay because of lightning. We will return in just a little bit. It currently stands 30-21, California, 8:09 remaining in the third quarter. When we come back, more action on the third quarter on CUTV.
Don't miss a second of the exciting 2014 California University Vulcans football season. Whether home or away, CUTV is your home for Vulcans football. Watch every step of the way as Coach Keller and the Vulcans strive for a PSAC title and NCAA playoff berth. Your home for Vulcan football, CUTV.
High School Roundup is your place for local high school coverage. From highlights of the game of the week to all of the scores and standings from around the region, local high school fans will be ready when the lights come on Friday night. High School Roundup only on CUTV.
First published in the 1880s, the California Times is the oldest student media at California University. Circulating 3,000 issues weekly on campus and in the surrounding community, the Times' mission is to deliver fair and balanced news to the student population of California University. All students are welcome to be a part of the California Times. Our offices are located in the Natali Student Union. Keep up to date with the Times online at www.caltimes.org, Facebook, and follow us on Twitter.
You can relive all of the action from your favorite CUTV program today. From regional championships to high school football, you can take home your favorite CUTV game or event to relive anytime. Just send a return address and DVD information with $16.95 per DVD to 250 University Avenue, care of CUTV. Order today.
All right, we welcome you back to Adamson Stadium. We have a penalty on the field right now. We'll get to that in just a second. It's going to be illegal contact on the defense, or California. It was 2nd and 15, and now we'll see what the down and yards is going to be. It's 7:53 remaining in the third quarter. We had a long weather delay, lightning, and a lot of rain. The field is actually flooded in some parts, but we are back now. We did miss a play, but that was the penalty. Got you caught up on that. So it's going to be it's going to be 1st and 10, I believe, with 7:53 remaining. Ayers, quarterback for Virginia State, in a shotgun, and that's going to be a false start, I believe, because Ayers called for the snap. We'll see, though, was he forced to a false start by the defense?
Well, there might have been a little miscommunication on the offensive line for a false start.
And it's going to be offsides against California, so that forced the false start. So it's going to make it 1st and 5 from the 35, 7:53. And just to update you guys on the conditions, there is a few inches of rain on the field. There was parts of the turf that were actually starting to flood up. We're back to action now, 1st and 5 from the 36-yard line. Virginia State down by 9, 30-21, 7:53 the snap. Goes to Bellamy. He's going to be met immediately. Gain of not even inches, so it's going to be 2nd and 5.
And it's like you said, Zach, during the during this second half here, you can expect to see a lot of running plays on the ground because of the conditions. Everything's going to be wet. The ball, the field, the other players. So throwing the ball is going to be very tough. And you're seeing it right now. Virginia State attacking the ground, trying to get the first down.
It's going to be 2nd and 5 now from the 36. Ayers in the shotgun formation. Bellamy in the sidecar to his left. 3 receivers, twins to the right. Lone receiver to the left. You see Ayers prepare for the snap. He gets it. He's under a little bit of pressure from Jeff Knox. Going out of the pocket. That pass is caught. And it slips out of the tackle from Jordan Bowman. Has some running room. Tripped up at the 45 in Cal territory. Jordan Bowman not able to make the stop. The clock will stop at 6:59, ready for the first down.
Well, that's plenty of yards for the first down, crossing midfield. You're going to see on the replay, they did take a risk here going through the air on this play, but it paid off, finding an open man on the near side and then breaking a couple of tackles and able to sneak his way up the near sideline. That was Dion Futch on the reception. Goes across midfield and gets the first down.
Hand off to Bellamy up the middle. He's going to gain about 4 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 6. Just under 6.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. So Virginia State coming out, moving the ball after they resumed their drive that was interrupted by the lightning delay.
Yeah, Virginia State down by 9 points. So it's a 2-possession game right now. And mind you, it's the third quarter. There's still plenty of time left, but Virginia State down by 2 scores, and so they got to score on offense and then get the ball back quickly to get the lead back.
2nd and 7, just under 6 minutes now. Ayers with 4 receivers, takes the snap. Throws the ball, that one's complete. That's going to be number 15. That's Claude Thomas Jr. There's going to be a flag, though, in the offensive backfield. Usually that's the sign of holding on the offense, but we'll get the clarification in just a moment.
Yeah, the flag landed right around the 36-yard line towards the California sideline where the play was going. So we'll see what the official has to call here.
Virginia State has started to maybe move back a little bit. We'll get the call here. It's going to be legal contact on the offense. So Virginia State gets the penalty against them now. It's still going to be 2nd down. It's going to be 2nd and I believe 17 from the previous spot. We'll get clarification of that in just a second. They are moving the ball really far back, though. That's going to be 2nd and 17.
5 minutes and 46 seconds left to go on the clock.
It's actually 2nd and 22, Cody. Excuse me. They moved it 15 yards, not 10. And Ayers in shotgun, 4 receivers, trips to his left, lone receiver to the right. Ayers back to pass. Great protection from his offensive line. Now he's under a little bit of pressure. He's trying to escape. He's going to throw the ball short. It's going to be caught. The clock will keep running. They still do not have the original line of scrimmage, though, so it's going to bring up 3rd and 13, or excuse me, 15.
Yeah, it's going to be a big 3rd and long situation here, but you're going to see Ayers have tremendous protection in the backfield. He had a lot of time. I think I counted about 5 or 6 seconds that he was just isolated back there by himself. And then all of a sudden, 2 defenders for California, including Wilkins, who's been everywhere today, stepped in on the pressure and forced him to throw it, but Ayers still did a good job getting some positive yards out of that rush.
But good job by the coverage, too, to make sure no receivers got open. California almost drawn off sides there. No penalty, 3rd and 15. Clock still running. And there's going to be a flag right now. It's going to be a delay of game against Virginia State, so the clock will stop at 4:23. It's going to be 3rd and 20 now. They're going to be just shy of midfield in their own territory. This is going to be a big opportunity to see if California can stop them here. They would at least get the ball off a punt, I believe.
Yeah, this is a big 3rd down because they have to go what may seem like 20 miles to get to the first down marker. The first down marker is all the way in enemy territory, and they're still in their own territory. So the marker very far away, but we've seen Virginia State make some big plays, so they're capable of it here.
They need to get to the 33-yard line of California for a new set of downs. Ayers puts it in the air. There's going to be pass interference, though. That's going to be interference against Corey Ford, number 37. That's going to be a spot foul, too. So that's going to set up Virginia State, I believe, for a new set of downs. There's going to be another flag, though, Cody. You may see another one against maybe Virginia State or California. Looked like there was some words exchanged after the play.
Yeah, I saw a late flag come in, but I wasn't sure if it was one of the officials picking up his flag and then dropped it. But there's definitely pass interference on the play against California, and that's going to be a big break for Virginia State. That's going to give them an automatic first down and even more.
And we'll get the penalty call right now. The referee is clarifying again with his fellow judges. Still clarifying. And now ready. It's going to be pass interference against the defense. It's going to be an automatic first down. It's going to be from the previous spot, 15 yards, automatic first down. So 1st and 10 with 3:54 on the clock. And that's a big break for the Trojans, but very bad for the Vulcans. They had Virginia State really pinned back and just could not convert.
Yeah, so Virginia State will be crossing into enemy territory now, right at around the 38-yard line.
Virginia State back to throw. Under a lot of pressure is Ayers. He's able to escape. Throws it. That pass is complete to Bellamy. He's able to get down to about the 21-yard line. Clock will stop at 3:43. And actually, someone lost a shoe out on the field. That is going to be number... Actually, no, that's not who I thought it was going to be. It's actually a towel, not a shoe.
Well, Ayers finds his emergency dump pass there to Bellamy, because California's secondary had everybody covered backfield. We saw a lot of receivers take off on a post route or just going straight out, going long, and Bellamy was the emergency dump pass, and he found him.
Ayers with a sidecar, hands it off to Bellamy. He's going nowhere, gains maybe 1 yard. They're going to call it 2nd and 9, 3:10 on the clock.
Going to be second down, but Virginia State in very good field position after taking a big break from that penalty. The pass interference call I'm referring to.
It's actually going to be 2nd and 10. They do not give a gain to Bellamy on that play. From the 21-yard line, this is definitely field goal range, I believe, but Virginia State would love to get it a lot closer. Ayers ready to throw. Throws it well overthrown of his receiver, Willie Stubblefield. Great coverage there. That's Tyrone Taylor. And now it's going to bring up 3rd and 10.
3rd down and 10, and as you said, Zach, this is field goal range, but keep in mind that field is probably very slippery with all of that rain that came through. It was about an inch or two in just under half an hour. We saw a huge squall come in, and it left as fast as it came. So all of a sudden, you know, the field doesn't have any water on it now, but it still could be very wet.
Yeah, you've seen in the NFL a lot of kickers, when they go to kick the ball, they slip, and the kick goes nowhere. It's an easy miss. It's 3rd down and 10 from the 21. Need to get to the 11 for a new set of downs. Throws it. That is complete. He's still at the 5. Now stood up. Stopped at the 6-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal. The clock stops at 2.5 minutes. 1st and goal for Virginia State now.
A key conversion for Virginia State to get a new set of downs very close to the goal line. And, you know, that's the one thing that I've always liked, was getting a first down just shy of the goal line, because then you have 4 downs to gain rather 3, 4, 5, 6 yards versus the normal 10. So definitely worsen the advantage of the offense, but Virginia State threatening here.
2:10 left in the 3rd quarter. The clock has moved really fast since we've come back to action. Ayers hands off to Bellamy. He's stopped in the backfield, met immediately by 3 Vulcan defenders. He's going to lose about a yard on the play, bring up 2nd and goal.
Just under 2 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter. California's defense showing some great penetration there through the offensive line, not letting Bellamy go anywhere, standing him up, standing their ground, and pushing him back.
Got 1:35 remaining in the 3rd quarter now. Ayers in the shotgun formation, sidecar. He's going to hand it off. Bellamy Ayers kept it. It's a fumble. they're going to incomplete pass. It was he actually threw the ball. I did not see that. We'll look at the replay in just a second, Cody. We'll examine what happened, but I saw Ayers running with the ball and just drop it. I don't think he actually threw the ball, but we'll see here.
Might have been an emergency little shuffle pass, if anything. There he is. Ayers is on the left side of your screen. He still has the ball, and then he pump faked, and it slipped out of his hand. So then the officials maybe thought that he was trying to go with a forward motion, and the ball slipped out early, and that's what ruled the incomplete pass.
There's a minute 26 on the clock. They have to get a new ball out on the field as the other one was a little bit too slippery. 3rd and goal for the Trojans. Ayers in shotgun again. California in their dime package. Throws the ball. It is incomplete. No flag for interference out there. California stands up big in goal line situation and stops Virginia State from getting in the end zone, and they will try a field goal.
Javon Smallwood was the intended receiver in the back of the end zone. You're going to see Ayers sees him early and tries to go over his head to get the pass over top of the defender, and with him jumping up, but it falls incomplete just out of his hands.
Hillquist going to be attempting the field goal to make it 30-24 if he converts. It's going to be a 25-yard attempt.
And will be a one-possession game.
Snap. Kick. And it is good. So Virginia State now makes it a 6-point difference, 30-24, with a minute 16 in the 3rd quarter remaining. When we come back, we'll see the conclusion of the 3rd and go into the final quarter of action from Adamson Stadium on CUTV.
CUTV News Center brings you the best in local news, weather, entertainment, and sports.
A new building is being constructed, and it is estimated.
We take a look at our local temperatures for this morning. Right around Du Bois, we have 38 degrees.
Swimmer Diana Nyad and former pro hockey player Sean Avery.
With the PSAC preseason poll.
CUTV News Center, live, Thursdays at 5. CUTV. California, University, Television.
And we're back on CUTV. Zach Prosper with Cody Jeanette. We're in the 3rd quarter. We've had a couple lightning delays to extend the time of this game. It is currently 4:16 in real time. A minute 16 remaining in the 3rd quarter. As the kickoff is away. That's going to be Roberson receiving the kick. He finds a hole. He's at the 33-yard line, taking down a new set of downs with a minute 11 on the clock.
And I'm not sure if California has yet gotten a kickoff return behind the 30-yard line. They've done a really good job on special teams to get their offense good starting field position past the 30-yard line and beyond. And all around, good blocking, good speed going up, finding the lanes, and taking advantage of them.
And we saw Roberson last year against Westchester return a kickoff 100 yards. And against Seton Hill, he almost did the same thing. He was shot maybe about the 6-yard line, though. Roberson, a very good return man in the PSAC, and the Vulcans have him at their disposal to hand off to Fiore. He's going to go to about the 40-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 7. So it's going to be up 2nd and 3, a minute remaining.
1 minute left. California will have a few plays left in the 3rd quarter. Looking to score to add on to their lead and make it a 2-possession game once again that Virginia State will have to overcome in the 4th.
Now 43 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. California going to probably try and waste some time here, but also get some points as well. Harris does hand it off to Fiore. He's going to gain maybe a yard after forward progress. Big stop there. He will end up gaining a yard, though, so it'll bring up 3rd and 2 with 25 seconds remaining.
Forward progress will roll Fiore pretty close to the 40-yard line here, and it looks like the officials are going to spot the ball right at the 40 or beyond it at the 41-yard line. So Fiore gaining a few yards on that play, and there's just 10 seconds left in the 3rd. and they're going to let the clock run out.
Yeah, California will let the clock run out. So when we come back, it'll be the fourth quarter, the final 15 minutes of action. 30-24 is where we stand. Actually, excuse me, we're going to be staying here. So we're going to run replays now. So we are not going to go to commercial break. We have 15 minutes on the clock now, 30-24, as I said. So we're going to get to those replays in just a moment.
Lots has been happening in this game, Zach. A lot of offense. Much to our surprise, we've thought this was going to be a big defensive matchup. Here's Ayers with a long pass over onto the far side. This got Virginia State on the board early. Jordan Bowman there, you see him giving chase to Smallwood, but he couldn't catch him as he goes into the end zone for the touchdown. And James Harris today has done the same exact thing twice. He saw what Ayers did and said, I can do that too. So here he goes, finding his man way deep on the far side, going into the end zone for a touchdown. That was Gary Brown's touchdown. Kawan Scott had the other one. On the second attempt, we might be able to see that replay too. But it's been a very big offensive battle, particularly through the air. We haven't seen too many drives with being dominated by rushes going for touchdowns. We did see a couple of them, but not too many compared to through the air.
And we're going to get back to live action now. 3rd and 2 from the 41. 15 minutes on the clock. Harris going under center. It's either Roberson or Grissom in the backfield. He's going to fake the handoff, throws the ball. It's going to be complete. Kawan Scott, he's going to keep running. He tries to go to midfield. He's going to be down about the 38-yard line. And there was a fumble, but Kawan Scott was already ruled down, so a very fortuitous break there for California.
And right on cue, right as the sun came out, for the first time in a while here at Adamson Stadium, we see this great combination play between Harris and Scott. Scott doing what every receiver does, bringing the ball down, but instead of going out of bounds, he makes the extra effort to gain those last few yards and cut up the middle.
14.5 remaining now in the fourth quarter as we just got underway. Handoff to Fiore. He's going to break it to the outside. He's going to be able to gain about 3 yards, 4 yards they're calling us, so 2nd and 6 coming up. And Cody, back to that last play. That was I believe the first 3rd down conversion California made all game. So maybe that's a little bit of progress they're making. See if they can keep the drive going along the field.
Yeah, this is a big drive here for California, getting back to a 2 possession lead.
Harris under center, 2 receivers. Backfield is Derek Fiore. We have seen him quite a bit today. Fiore, a junior from Monongahela, stands at 5'11", 190. Fakes the handoff. It's going to be a flag. Looks like it's going to be false start. We're going to see here. False start against California, so that's going to make it 2nd and 11. The clock stops momentarily at 13:41, but it will go in just about a few seconds.
Yeah, so they're going to be bouncing back 5 yards, so it will be 2nd down and 11, according to the Adamson Stadium scoreboard, from the 39-yard line.
We're at 13:30 now. 2nd and 11. Harrison shotgun, 4 receivers. I believe that's Grissom in the backfield.
Play clock at 5.
Under pressure, throws the ball. That's complete to Devin Lomax, his first reception of the day. He's going to get out to the 31-yard line, they're going to call it. So it's going to be about 3rd and 3.
Going to be 3rd down and very short yardage here. Taking a look at the replay, Harris again going through the air, and still a good job by Darian Thomas to wrap up the receiver and prevent him from going anywhere.
The first time we've been able to call Lomax's name today. Lomax, excuse me, that's not, excuse me, it is Devin Lomax. Sorry, I was reading my depth chart a little bit wrong there. We get back to action. Harris going to pass, throws it deep, just out of the reach of Ron Tyler. We're going to have a stoppage. There's a player who lost his helmet on the field for Virginia State. It's going to be 4th and 3 from the 31. You might see California go for it.
Yeah, California is in what they call the 4-down territory. And looking at this replay here, Harris going all in on 3rd and short. Thought he could throw off the defense. Maybe they expected a short run up the middle to gain a small chunk of yardage, but Virginia State's defense wasn't fooled on that one.
We're going to see Fiore sub in for Grissom on 4th and 3 from the 31. Need to get to the 28 for a new set of downs. 12:36 remaining. Harris gets a snap. He's going to throw. Throws the ball. And that is good enough for a new set of downs, so they convert on 4th down. That's Gary Brown on the reception. So new set of downs, 1st and 10, 12:30 remaining.
Boy, Gary Brown had his legs taken out from underneath him. It's a wonder how he was able to hold on to that ball. I'm sure he was shocked because he can't see that defender coming up from behind him, and he just slides into his legs and takes him down that way. That's a very awkward way to get tackled, so good job by Brown to hold on to the ball.
Harris under center now. McCauley as the fullback in a broken I formation. 2 receivers. Handoff to Roberson up the middle. Keeps mauling his way forward. Goodness gracious, that's a great run right there by Roberson, able to gain 5 yards, make it 2nd and 5.
Well, he turned nothing into something on that one. It looked like he was going to be stopped for no gain or maybe even a short loss, and then just literally pushed the whole line through and got 5 yards out of what may have been nothing.
Yeah, 2nd and 5 from the 20-yard line. Harris under center again, a single back formation. That's Grissom in the backfield. Brown and Scott are the receivers. Harris takes a snap. He's going to throw. Goes through the middle. That's Des Green, the intended receiver, looking for a pass interference flag. He gets nothing, so it's going to bring up 3rd and 5 now for the Vulcans, 11:26.
Yeah, this is a big 3rd down here for California. They've been struggling all day with the 3rd down conversions. As you take a look at the replay here, Green arguing for the pass interference, but there was no call there. So this is a big 3rd down conversion here, quite possibly the most important of the game so far.
Even a field goal makes it another 2-possession game, but Vulcans, they need to start getting some touchdowns while they're in the red zone. Harris, he's going to throw. Throws it out. That pass is complete. We'll see where they're going to mark him. The 12-yard line. That's going to be good enough for a new set of downs. 11:21. The clock will stop. It's going to start right now. 1st and 10.
California having their troubles going through with the 3rd down conversions, and now on this drive we've seen them convert 2 of them. So that's a big offensive spark for the Vulcans.
And Kawan Scott doing a very good job of being able to tip his toes in and then go out. He's actually doing it the NFL rules where you have to get both. In college, you only have to get 1. So good job right there by Scott today. You got Grissom and Fiore, and Fiore's going to get the handoff. Great blocking to the outside. He's going to step out about the 8-yard line, so a gain of 4. They're going to call it 2nd and 6.
Zach, it looked like to me, if this field was about 5 yards wider to the near side, he would have had a touchdown here, because he's rolling out to the outside here, and he knew he was running out of room, so he started to try to go forward, and that's what led the defender to bring him down. But if he would have had a little more real estate to work with, I think he could have easily broken for more yardage.
10:25 remaining in the 4th. Harris in shotgun. Grissom, Sadkar, 3 receivers. Grissom gets the handoff. He's going nowhere. It's going to be 3rd and 7 coming up. And they're going to get a stoppage on the play. 10:07. We're going to see it looks to be no injury timeout. Looks just an official's timeout. The clock will start at 10:07.
Taking a look at the replay here, Zach, it's a really short gain, if anything. They were just trying to inch their way forward for a shorter 3rd down.
Harris getting the play from the sidelines. 20 seconds on the play clock. 9:50 remaining in the 4th quarter. 3rd and 7 from the 9-yard line. Harris throws it well out of the end zone. Wow, that pass sailed right out of his hand, and he knows that he's bending down on his hands on his knees, knowing I let that one go a little bit too much. So Nuzzo will come on for the 26-yard field goal. He's made 2 of those today already.
Yeah, that ball just might have slipped out of his hand as he tried to aim for the very back of the end zone, but threw it well overhead, and it looked like it hit that pedestal that that Blaze hits whenever the Vulcans score a touchdown, and it bounced back off of it like a pinball, to give you an idea of where it landed.
Nuzzo so far 3 for 3 today, 26, 26, and 25. Puts this one up, and it is good. So Nuzzo now 4 for 4, 3 of them from 26 yards out. It currently stands 33-24 Vulcans with 9:37 remaining in the fourth. We will go to commercial now. When we come back, fourth quarter action on CUTV.
You can relive all of the action from your favorite CUTV program today. From regional championships to high school football, you can take home your favorite CUTV game or event to relive anytime. Just send a return address and DVD information with $16.95 per DVD to 250 University Avenue, care of CUTV. Order today.
And we're back to Adamson Stadium. 9:37 left in the game. Cody Nuzzo about ready to kick the ball off. Virginia State back to return.
California, with that field goal, made this a two-possession game once again. Virginia State has a little over 9.5 minutes to work with.
Nuzzo's kick sending Futch back into the end zone. He's just going to take a knee. So the clock does not run at all. 9:37 left still, 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line.
And now Virginia State here really has their work cut out for them, because they have less than a whole quarter to work with to score twice. And Zach, CUTV's really been taking advantage of social media, and if you have a Twitter, you can go onto the Twitter page for California University TV at CUTV_PA and follow the live tweets of the crew and everybody else, and really get a closer look as to what the crew is up to.
Yeah, we'll put up there our YouTube links to our highlights and our videos that we put up on YouTube as well. So good way to check out CUTV. Kenny Wilkins on pressure, hits Ayers, but the pass is going to be complete. Taken out of bounds is Willie Stubblefield for a new set of downs. It's going to be at the 38-yard line. The clock stops at 9.5 minutes left.
Stubblefield was very close to being out of bounds, but did a good job keeping his feet in there. And it's going to move the chains for another fresh set of downs. Virginia State very quickly gains a double-digit yard advantage there on that previous play.
9:20 remaining now as the clock is running after the first down. 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line for the Virginia State Trojans. Ayers in the shotgun, 3 receivers, twins to his right, and a sidecar just behind him, actually, to his right. It's going to be a fake handoff. Ayers under a little bit of pressure. Ayers just going to run it himself, and he's going to actually maybe lose a yard. And there's going to be a late flag. We're going to see what that's for. That might be a late hit against California, the way it's coming out. And there's also the possibility that there's a little bit of extracurricular activities happen on the sidelines. They're trying to stop the taunting and the jaw smacking every time that you go to the sideline. And you saw Peyton Manning get a taunting penalty a couple weeks ago, and he actually accepted it. So, but it's going to be unsportsmanlike against the defense of California. That's going to be an automatic first down. Well, look here.
Well, let's see if we can see anything on the replay. Ayers is going to try to sneak to the outside and then break up the sideline, but just runs right out of bounds and knocks one of the down officials over. But the replay stopped there for us to be able to notice anything.
Yeah, I'm not able to find anything off of our replay, so we'll leave it unnoticed right now. 8:55 remaining, 1st and 10 from the 47. Passes out, incomplete. Clock stops 8:52. 2nd and 10 coming up.
The incomplete pass stops the clock, so that's really working in Virginia State's favor. The clock is not their friend right now. 8 minutes and 52 seconds left. They're down by 2 scores. Ayers is hurrying up because scoring once, and then not only that, you got to get the ball quickly back on defense.
Yeah, you pass the ball, you get a lot of yards, but if you miss it, then you run time off the clock, you don't gain any yards. Running the ball, you may not get any yards, then you're running more time off the clock. So it's a very much of a pinch for Virginia State right now as far as the clock. Ayers throws. That pass incomplete. Broken up by number 17. That is Chaz Veal. 8:48 remaining. 3rd and 10 coming up for the Trojans.
Watching this in real time, it looked like it almost could have been intercepted, but you can see there it hits the ground, and it's an incomplete pass, dead ball. 8 minutes and 48 seconds left.
Yeah, and Cody, you might have to wonder, is this 4-down territory? Because you punt the ball, you might set up California at the 1, but what would you do in this situation? You've diagnosed everything so far.
Well, the thing is, 4th down, if you don't make it, that gives California excellent field position.
And there's going to be a flag. The play will stop. So we'll see. It's going to be offsides. It's going to be offsides against Virginia State. That's something you don't see very often, Cody. Offsides against the offense. Looks like one of the receivers must have just lined up just above the line of scrimmage. Make it 3rd and 15 now. Clock at 8:46, and it is going to start running in just a second.
Well, going back to what you were saying, Zach, is this 4-down territory or not? The problem is California has really good field position, to make this a 3-possession game if they are able to turn the ball over on downs. But Virginia State, is it worth the risk, or do you punt it and try to get the ball back very quickly, force California to a 3-and-out maybe?
Got pressure against Ayers. He's driven way back. That pass is tipped by Kenny Wilkins. Incomplete. There's a late flag on the play, though. Looks like it might be roughing the passer against California. That's going to be an automatic 1st down if it is. We'll see the call here. And it is roughing the passer. Looks like that was 94, Damon Pierce. He had a couple good plays earlier right there. Right now, a bad time penalty. We're going to see him come out for Anthony McPoyle. We'll look here. Damon Pierce, oh, you could see as the replay's going away, drive his head up into Ayers.
Yeah, Ayers was clearly had the ball out of his hand, and the California defender just charging right at him. So it's a very big break again for Virginia State. They got that. They get the automatic 1st down out of it, and they get the they avoid the 4th and long.
8:39 now. 1st and 10 from the 37 of California. Ayers hands it off to Bellamy. He's going to gain maybe 2 yards. He's going to bring up 2nd and 8.
There's about a little under 8.5 minutes left to go in the game. Virginia State, the big situation here as they take a look at the replay here. Bellamy looking for a lane, but runs right into a defender, and the pile-up ensues, and they take him down for a very minimal gain, if anything.
And one thing that works for California, the way Virginia State's running their offense, they huddle every time. That allows California to get some substitutions in there. Doesn't tire them out as much. I could see maybe 3 or 4 players coming off the field for California. That helps them a lot in their defensive time. 7:50 remaining in the 4th. That pass incomplete, broken up by Ronnie Gillen. Is it intercepted? I don't know if they're going to say it's an interception or not. It looks like they are calling an interception. It's California ball. Jordan Bowman, our player to watch.
Boy, that was close. I really thought Bowman wasn't going to come up with it, but I'm starting to learn to not underestimate this guy. We're going to take a look at the replay here. Watch Bowman. He's going to be right in the middle of your screen. The ball gets deflected, and then just off screen to the left, you see him diving in to get the interception just before it hits the ground. The California sideline knew it right away. They were pointing down the field as if they got it, and they did. Bowman has another turnover. He's been a key contributor in that regard for the Vulcans. Last year we saw at Millersville had that fumble recovery return for a touchdown.
Yeah, that ball was tipped by Rodney Gillen. Bowman coming up with the interception. 7:46 First and 10. Handoff up the middle. That is Roberson. He's going to get out to the 37. That's a gain of 8 yards. Going to make it 2nd and 2.
Just over 7.5 minutes left now. California is going to be performing a little bit of multitasking here as you take a look at the replay, running it up the gut, getting as many yards as you can while still burning some time off the clock. That is Terrell Roberson on the run there. So the clock is California's friend. They're going to melt some time off and get the score as late as they can, but they don't want to risk turning the ball over beforehand.
Yeah, you figure if California gets a touchdown on this drive, that might be the nail in the coffin. Harris under center, hands it off up the middle. Roberson able to gain enough for the first down, a gain of 4 yards. He's going to be at the 41.
Yeah, they're going to stop the clock to move the chains at 6:56. And now it just starts again, but enough of a small chunk of yards to go through and get the first down and move the chains down. That's what it's exactly what California's trying to do here. You're not going to see them do too many long passing plays unless they find an obvious flaw in the defense and they call an audible at the last minute and get the touchdown. But right now, California melting some time off the clock and gaining some yards at the same time.
Roberson in the backfield. Fake handoff. Harris going down the field. Has a receiver there. It's going to be incomplete. Underthrown. No pass interference as that ball was deemed uncatchable by the refs. So there's a flag on the field, though. Looks like this might be holding based on where it's thrown at.
Yeah, it's thrown way back in the backfield, and it is holding against California.
So 6:21 remaining in the fourth. That's going to make it first, and it's a spot foul. So receiver, they're going to put the ball. This might be more than a 10-yard loss.
It is, the referees are spotting the ball at around the 24-yard line.
It's going to be first, and I believe that's 27. And Roberson evades the tackles, but he's taken down for a loss. We're going to see here, it's going to make it 2nd, and I believe 36.
The Adamson Stadium scoreboard says 36, so it may seem like 36 miles for the Vulcan. Now it says 39.
Well, thank you, Cody. I forgot there's another scoreboard the way you're looking. I keep looking at that one over there, but thank you for paying attention for that one for me. It's hard adding and subtracting when you're on TV, I guess. But Harris now in the shotgun formation. They're going to have to start passing the ball now, which is they're still running time off the clock, but there's a handoff there to Fiore. He's going to make it up to the 29-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 8. That's going to bring up 3rd and 31.
Now we're expecting to see California go through the air here because I think right now they were just trying to give Harris a little bit of breathing room on this running play. You saw Fiore take it up the middle, get a good chunk of yards, burn some more time off the clock. There's a little over 5 minutes left. So now Harris will be, I'm predicting Harris to go into the air here, but I thought he was going to do that last play too. So we don't know.
You have to run the clock too, though, Cody. I could see him going to the air, but maybe just a short pass keeps his guy in bounds because Virginia State's still down by 2 possessions. That cannot change yet. It's a handoff to Fiore up the middle. He is swarmed immediately. Gain of maybe 2 yards. It's going to bring up 4th and 20. Actually, they just adjusted the scoreboard. So we were wrong before. There was a lot of different miscommunication on the field. 4th and 20, 4:33 remaining.
So now the punt unit is going to be making its way onto the field, but they're taking their time as there's 20 seconds left on the play clock.
We've only seen Surratt a couple times, if that, today. Like we mentioned before, a D2Football.com preseason first-team All-American. Him and Jack Abercrombie on the offensive line share that title for the Vulcans. Surratt takes his time punting the ball, gets it away. Futch going to field it at about the 19. Gonna turn around, and he's gonna be taken down. Oh, there's gonna be a face mask, it looks like, but I don't know if that should be a face mask because they threw it. He was holding onto his jersey, and they might call a face mask here, but I don't know if I agree with that.
Yeah, it's going to be a. We'll see what the official call is. It was thrown in the back, or in the where the tackle was made.
There's 3:50 on the clock. They're discussing it now. We'll look at the replay of it in just a few moments after we get the call. Here's the call coming up. It's going to be personal foul, face mask against California, and we're going to have to look at the replay for that one because from the vantage point that I could see, Cody, it looks like he was grabbing him by the jersey.
Well, let's take a look at the replay here. Here's the punt. It was a very good punt by Surratt on a side note, but then on the reception here, you're going to see him go towards the far end of the field, and then he gets brought down by what looked like his jersey, but it might have been all jersey or some mask. You can't really tell.
And the way the player was grabbed, it's hard for the referee to tell as that pass is out of bounds. Clock stops 3:45, 2nd and 10 coming up. But back to that penalty, the referee did not have the best angle point, so the way the player was brought down, he must have assumed face mask. We can never judge the referee. Only what we can see as well will give him the benefit of the doubt. Looking at this play again.
Yeah, Ayers going to the far side, trying to do what he did in the first half. He went to the far side, found an open man along the sidelines, and got a touchdown, but California's defense was on top of that one that time.
They have adjusted very well to those routes, keeping the sidelines plugged off and staying with their men. 4 receivers. Ayers throws it short. It is complete to the 36-yard line. That's going to bring up 3rd and 5. And you are definitely in 4-down territory now, Cody.
Yeah, and they are hurrying up here, it might look like. Or no, they're going to huddle up here. Virginia State still has all 3 of their timeouts. You can see on the scoreboard below the VSU, those three yellow bars indicate each of the timeouts the team has left. So both teams still have all 3. Virginia State's going to be using them pretty soon.
However, though, huddling up runs a lot of time off the clock. 3:10 left. Ayers, he's running out. He's going to throw it incomplete. Clock will stop at 3:03. It's going to bring up 4th and 5. And I would assume you have to go for it here with only 3:03 left, but...
And you're down by 2 possessions.
You're down by 2. That's the key thing. But it looks like they're going to be sending out the punt team. So they're just going to try and play into the fact they have their 3 timeouts as we look at the incompletion here. But, Cody, what would you do in this situation? Would you go for it, or would you...
Yes, I would have, but that's just me. I mean, the coaches know 1,001 more things than I do. So we'll look here, and it was a punt.
It's going to be fielded. Taylor falls on it, and that was a very risky play right there for him to fall on. He should have just evacuated, in my opinion, because if he touched that ball and it squirts out, Virginia State gets the ball. But we're going to look at the California schedule, Cody, as we're almost done with the conclusion of this game.
Yep, this Virginia State game, and then we'll go on the road to Bloomsburg and Shippensburg, both games in the East, and then they're coming back home to start their PSAC West play against Edinburgh. And a lot of those upcoming games are going to be big games, even if they're out of conference. You know, getting into the top of the standings early whenever they don't have the conference play to give you an early advantage is very key. And as for Virginia State, on the other hand, in this game, they have a lot of work cut out for them here, down by 2 possessions, and they punted the ball away.
Harris under center, 2:53 remaining. Handoff up the middle. That's going to be Roberson. He's able to fight for about 4 yards. We're going to have a stoppage, a timeout by Virginia State with 2:47 remaining. It's going to bring up 2nd and 5.
So now they're going to have 2 timeouts left. California still has all 3. As you mentioned, Zach, the clock stopped with 2 minutes and 47 seconds remaining. California leading by 9 points. So that's going to be it's still a 2-possession game. The most you can get is 8 with a touchdown 2-point conversion.
And looking at Virginia State's schedule, they play in the CIAA conference, so some teams, Winston-Salem, but they play in a different division than them. So let's look at the teams that they will be playing later on in the year. The one that stands out to me, Bowie State, because that's where Isaac Redmond, former back for the Steelers, went.
Yeah, and this is a lot of people may not recognize some of the names. The only one being at California, of course, but some of those teams really have a huge presence in that conference. And Virginia State really has a tough schedule going ahead into their season here in 2014. So they are going to be tested here in this season.
There's 2:47 remaining in the game. Virginia State down by 9 points. California has been able to hold on just by the skin of their teeth. Both of these teams have been able to perform greatly in some areas. But it's the first game of the season. They're going to have areas where they improve upon. And coming up in their schedule, Harris back under center, jumbo set, and I formation, handoff up the middle. And that's going to be just short of a first down. Actually, no, he's still going. Now it's a first down. They're going to call him at the 43-yard line. So the clock will stop at 2:39 before resuming in just a second. First and 10, 11-yard gain.
And he had me fooled too, just like you, Zach. I was expecting it to be just short and then the clock to continue, but they are moving the chains after that rush.
The clock will start now at 2:39. Harris and the Vulcans taking their time. There's 40 seconds on the play clock. I would expect them to run down every single second of that one that they possibly can. Take their time. And we're going to get a timeout called by Virginia State with 2:22 remaining. So, Cody, if California can convert another set of first downs, that pretty much ices the game with how much time would be coming off, because one timeout won't do anything to stop the Vulcans.
Yeah, they'll just need to continue rushing up the middle and burn as much of the clock as they can, and maybe even converting another first down just for safety's sake. But if Virginia State can force them to a third down situation, we've seen California struggle during the third down situations all game long. They've only converted a couple of them.
And we're going to look at the upcoming broadcasts for CUTV now. California at Bloomsburg. That's the next Saturday. That's a 2 o'clock kickoff. We'll have that on CUTV as WCAL as well. And then volleyball, California versus Indiana on the 16th and then the 19th. Hollidaysburg at Bell Vernon for our high school football game of the week. I know our one last night, GCC at Beth Center. That was one of the best high school games we've seen in a long time. That one might belong in from the vault coming years.
Yeah, that was a fantastic game going back and forth. There was another game that we expected to be low scoring, and then just like this one, but now we were surprised there too. That's a theme I'm starting to notice this year with a lot of things, is surprises. We were surprised here with how high this game has been scoring, and just like last week.
Yeah, there's always going to be surprises when it comes to sports. It will never play out like it does on paper. I mean, look at all the professional teams that sign all the big free agents, and they don't get to the title game, and they think, oh, well, this is just a crime and a sham. But really, it takes a while for things to gel together, so we're going to see a lot of surprises coming up. You still have a long schedule ahead of you, whatever sports team you are, football, volleyball, soccer. We'll get to that later, but we're back to action now. Harris going to line up in I formation. That's going to be Roberson and McCauley, the fullback, and a full line. It looks like there's 2 tight ends out there as well, Paul Butler and Des Green. Harris gets a snap. Roberson gets a handoff, able to gain about 3 yards, so it's going to bring up 2nd and 7. And we're going to get a timeout, Virginia State. That's their final timeout. So if California gets the conversion of the first down, the game will most likely be over because they can go to victory formation.
Yeah, and it'll be this is basically Virginia State's last defensive stand here. So we're going to take a look at the replay, and they did exactly what they wanted to do, plugging all the holes, not letting the running man go anywhere. But they stopped them short of the first down line. It's going to be 2nd and 7, according to the Adamson scoreboard here, with 2 1/4 left in the fourth quarter.
Like you said, Cody, 2:15 left. No timeouts remaining for the Trojans. The Vulcans, they have all 3 remaining. I don't expect them to use them unless some miracle happens. But at this point, the Vulcans, if they get a first down, they'll ice the game in all circumstances most likely. We'll probably see the I formation again. Roberson, he's done a good job running the ball. I'm going to pull up his individual stats right now. We'll have that in a moment. We're going to see California take some time. As far as rushing, Roberson, he's carried the ball 15 times for 70 yards. Fiore, 11 for 36, and Grissom, 5 for 17. So a good dosage of the running game split between the three main backs. Harris hands it off to Roberson. He's going to be met immediately. Get maybe a yard, they're going to call it. So 3rd and 6, 2:05 remaining. The clock is not going to stop. It'll keep on running. And California's going to be able to take a lot of time off the clock.
Yeah, the ball is going to be spotted right around midfield here. So worst case scenario for the Vulcans, if they turn it over on downs, Virginia State will still have a good chunk of yardage to go through to score even once. You're going to be seeing probably a lot of air attacks, and they have no timeouts, so you got to see a lot of air attacks to the sidelines to get the out of bounds. But that's only if they get the ball back. So if California is able to convert here, that's a whole different story.
Fiore gets the handoff. He's keeping going. He's just short of the first down, though, about 1 yard. So realistically, I would expect to see the punt team, and they are going to punt as the offense is coming off. But in my mind, honestly, I would think quarterback sneak, ice the game. Actually, they're not even marking where it was originally marked. It's going to be 4th and 2.
And you might see California here run the play clock out to the very last second and then call a timeout, or take an intentional delay of game penalty. But calling the timeout there would give Surratt 5 more yards to work with. So with 46 seconds and 10 seconds on the play clock, they're going to let it run out as often as they can. You already see the coach standing right next to the official. He's ready to call a timeout in 2, 1. There it is. Timeout, California.
They're going to call a timeout with 37 seconds left. That's California's first timeout. They have 2 remaining. And actually, did they call a timeout? Because I just saw the referee look like he might have done a delay of game. I happened to look up just very fast after looking at the scoreboard, but we got clarification. It is a timeout, California. They have 2 remaining, 4th and 2. We're going to see Surratt come out. And honestly, at this point, I would be surprised. It could go this way where Surratt does it kind of like Australian League and Rugby League, where he goes to the side and kicks the ball to the side along the sideline. Make the returner run to the ball before he's able to get to it instead of kicking it right to him.
37 seconds left in the game, Zach.
Fourth and 2. Surratt gets the snap. Punts away. That one's going to go into the end zone. There's no flag. Cody, you look like you're trying to make a flag motion to me, but
there was a towel.
Like someone just lost a towel, so I'm sure they needed him today with all the slippery conditions. But 30 seconds remaining. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. This one is all but over. California up by 9 points. It's going to be hard for Virginia State to score a touchdown and get the ball back with 30 seconds left and no timeouts.
Yeah, no timeouts left, so everything has to fall into place, literally everything. So here we go, final 30 seconds of opening week 2014, Vulcans versus Trojans. Let's see what they got.
And another thing is you could see Virginia State just throw a Hail Mary, get the field goal range, snap it, get the field goal, then try for the touchdown, because you do need that field goal in this situation. Knox going to run the passer. He gets out of it. Now Knox hits him again. It's a short pass. Does not get out of bounds, though. Gain a couple yards. It's 2nd and 8. The clock's going to keep running.
15 seconds.
This game's all but over, Cody, is Virginia State not able to advance down the field very much. 10 seconds left now. This most likely might be the last play unless Virginia State can get out of bounds. Ball, pass completed. Taken down on field, and that's the end of the game. California escapes with a 9-point victory, 33-24.
Very good management there by both offense and defense coming through in the key times to get California the win today by 9 points. Good presence all around.
Yeah, and our player to watch, Jordan Bowman, had a big presence, as well as our offensive player to watch, James Harris, who had 2 very long touchdown passes to Gary Brown and Kawan Scott. Coming up next for the Vulcans will be Bloomsburg at Bloomsburg University. That's a 2 o'clock kickoff next Saturday. We'll have coverage on CUTV as well as WCAL. That's our next broadcast you see right there against the Huskies. They ended up winning 24-7 over Stonehill today, and they will be getting quarterback Tim Kelly back next week off of his one-game suspension.
Yeah, Bloomsburg going to be a big test on the road for the Vulcans. They have a road trip coming up. Their next 2 games are going to be away from Adamson.
And they both will count in the standings this year. That's a new thing. PSAC East crossover games, at least the first 2 will count. So we will wrap it up for everyone on the CUTV crew. Cody, Jeanette, I'm Zach Prosba. Thank you for joining us. Vulcans win 33-24.